Round one, fight!
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tournament Fights. This is episode number 42. This is, I believe, the third part in our Oscar series. So we're covering all of the Best Picture Oscar nominees and doing a series of tournament fights that we want to try to go back to maybe about the 60s. We haven't decided exactly how far we're going to go back, but just to where, like, we get to a point where, like, nobody's really seen these things that's alive, or like not very many people. So, but this one should be a fun one. And I had a lot of opportunities to watch some movies I have not seen before, which I will talk about when we get there. But we'll go ahead and introduce our panel for tonight. So we have joining me, Jacob Barber. How's it going?
It's going. I'm only here because Austin couldn't be.
Right, yeah.
Someone's got to keep Jordan in line and not skip votes and not skip tiebreakers.
Yeah, right. Because I tend to do that when I'm like multitasking and stuff. So yeah, but Austin, he ended up having to work tonight. He got some just random, just a few of them where he had to switch with someone. He might be doing that 3 or 4 nights, but I think only 1 or 2 fall on a night that we're filming. So we'll see how it goes. But also we have Chadwick with us tonight. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? I did the other show that we had, the tournaments, where we did movies that were more recent, but now we're going from the year of my birth to when I was about 12. So
nice.
We'll see if maybe I've seen a little bit less, but I've been trying to catch up.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I've seen a little bit less, but I think it's close to half is what I've seen. So we'll see. but we also have Stephen Shepard joining us. How's it going?
We cannot hear you.
Mute.
No, I'm not on mute. Do you don't
hear
hear
you
me?
now? Yeah.
Now we can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I just
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Oscars. I think the first Oscars I remember watching was when Braveheart won Best Picture.
Okay.
I've never missed it since.
That was 95,
Nice.
I think.
But it was the 1996 Oscars for 1995 movies.
Okay, yeah. That sounds about right. But then also, last but certainly not least, we have Malcom joining us. How's it going?
It's going good. I've seen about 46 of these.
Nice.
Some there's some I tried to get to. One that just got taken off, and maybe not able to see it, but I'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah. Some of these movies that are pretty, like, I mean, they definitely deserve Oscar nominations. I think all of these did, but like, there's some that they're just like either foreign films, or they're just for me, just real slow ones. I'm like, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching Il Postino, The Postman, or like some of these like kind of weird movies that. The Piano, some of those. So, but I had time to watch the ones that I was really interested in. So I got to watch some really good ones for the first time, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And I'll go ahead and I'll break down how it's going to work tonight. So basically how it works is we have a tournament of 64. So it'll be a bracket that I'll bring up in just a minute here. And we just vote round by round until we crown a grand champion. We give everyone about 30 seconds to vote and to talk about the movies for each pick, each round, and for the voting, you can vote for literally any reason, but you have to vote. So if you haven't seen them, then you just vote for whichever one you might want to see. You vote for whichever poster you like. You vote for the movie that you really don't like, and you want to vote out of spite. Like, we always love a good spite vote here on Tournament Fights, and also all of the movies on the bracket were put into a randomizer, so they're all random matchups. There's no seeds or anything, so you very well could get some pretty heavy matchups right in the first round, because I try not to really look at it too much. I just do the randomizer and then I exit out. So I like have a vague idea, but not 100%. It's not like I memorize it or anything. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works. And then also for this one, just because I wanted to make sure every single movie got covered from 1990 all the way until 2002, we have one play-in match that we're going to start with first. So I'll go ahead and I'll bring the play-in match, and well, that's up on the screen. We can go around and we can vote. And how the voting works is, once I bring up the bracket, everyone's going to move over to the left side of the screen. We're going to start at the bottom of the ladder, and we're going to work our way up as it's displayed on the screen. So I will go ahead and bring up our play-in match first. So the first one, and it's just totally at random, but we have JFK versus As Good as It Gets. So we'll just go around the room. We'll start with Malcom. Which one do you want to vote for here between JFK and As Good as It Gets?
I mean, I haven't seen As Good as It Gets. I actually watched JFK for the first time for this, and it's pretty good. So I'm gonna go JFK.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, which one you want to vote for between JFK and As Good as It Gets?
As Good as It Gets is really good. I love Jack Nicholson in it, but JFK is a masterpiece. It's Oliver Stone's best movie. I'm definitely going with JFK.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think out of these two?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a reverse Malcolm here, and actually, I haven't seen JFK, but I absolutely adore As Good as It Gets. So that's gonna get my vote. I love all the performances in that movie, and I just love. I don't know. I just love how he's kind of like a lovable asshole, and he kind of gets changed. Yeah, I really need to check that movie out again because I really love that one.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think for JFK versus As Good as It Gets?
I'm gonna go with As Good as It Gets. So it's a tie, and you have to decide.
Yeah. I mean, put the pressure on me. Well, I have a little bit of a hot take. Like, I probably need to rewatch As Good as It Gets because I saw it way too young, and like it was just not a movie for me. I just didn't really care for it. And the funny thing is, I have not seen JFK, but I've heard, kind of like Steven said, it's Oliver Stone's best movie, and it's one that if I would have had a little more time, I would have planned to watch it for this, but I just didn't have time. But even despite that, I'm not a fan of As Good as It Gets, so I'm going to vote for JFK. So
it's a 3.5 hour movie, so you do need some time.
Yeah. Yep.
I will say though, As Good as It Gets has one of my favorite lines of any movie of all time. When someone asks Jack Nicholson how he writes women so well, he goes, "I think of a man and I take away reason and accountability."
Yeah. Well,
he is an asshole in that movie.
Yeah, with that, it's going to be JFK moving on. But, I add that to the tournament bracket. It'll just take me about 30 seconds here. I just wanted to just announce some kind of sad news that I found out just today. I guess it happened yesterday, but from the WWE, Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, passed away. So we just want to give a little shout out to him and some condolences to his family. That's a really sad passing, because for me, someone who was a casual wrestling fan, and I really only watched the major events, like he was one that I really enjoyed watching. He was one of my favorite ones. He was like a go-to for me. So yeah, that was sad to hear. So
yeah, William Hurt died the other day too.
Oh yeah, William Hurt too. Yeah, that's another one that we definitely got a shout out to. Yeah, Mr. Thunderbolt Ross himself, and he's been in like a number of different movies too. Like yeah, rest in peace for William Hurt. So just crazy, these guys just gone too soon. But at least what for William Hurt, I think he was like 91.
71.
Oh, he's
71.
Oh, he's 71. Yeah.
He's kind of old, but not that old.
Yeah. So not as old as I thought. For some reason I thought he was a little older. So yeah, it's both like kind of young. They could have for sure, both lived a little longer. So yeah, that is gone too soon. But all right, let me bring up this bracket here. I think I got it entered in. Let me just put it into presentation mode so we don't have crazy ads popping up. Give me 1 second. All right, so I got it on my end. Let me just pop it up here on the screen. Should be up here any second. I think it's trying to load two things on my end at once. But yeah, there we go. All right, so we have our first matchup here, which will be right here, JFK versus Awakenings. So that'll be the first one. And as we said before, we're just going to go up the ladder. So Malcolm, you went first on the last one. So we will throw it over to Steven. You'll be up first. So which one would you vote for here?
Yeah, so sadly I have not seen Awakenings, so I will go with JFK.
That sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, Awakenings is actually the movie that I watched half of for preparation for this. It just seemed like the most appealing one I haven't seen yet, although JFK would have been another good one to maybe check out since a lot of people seem to like it on this panel. But yeah, I'm going to go with Awakenings because I did like what I saw there, and I'm sure it's probably not going to see the light of day after this. So,
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think here?
I'm gonna go with Awakenings. I'll watch anything with Robert De Niro and Robin Williams. I think both of them are incredible actors. I'm not gonna say it every single time, but there's gonna be a lot of movies on this list that I have not seen. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, oh, I like this one better. I'm just gonna vote
Sure.
for whatever reason. And so
Yeah.
Awakenings has Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams. So I will go with
really
Awakenings.
good in it.
That's what
Yeah,
I
well,
hear.
you might not be alone in that one because it sounds like a lot of us haven't seen all of these movies, so we'll kind of all be in a similar boat tonight. So for me, I haven't seen either one of them, but the one that looks more interesting to me is JFK. So I'll probably just go JFK.
Pressure's on you, Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm, what do you think?
What pressure? This is easy. Look, I love JFK, but if it wasn't for Page for Betty, I would not have known that Awakenings existed. Because I remember we were talking about this on movies written by female episode of Rankum a while back, and it was because of that I chose to seek out Awakenings and actually watch it for the first time. And Awakenings is amazing, so it's easily Awakenings.
Ooh, so
All right.
So what are the votes at, Jacob?
That's
Awakenings?
Awakenings 3-2.
Yeah. All right,
wow.
Awakening. It's one I need to check out because it's a movie that I know nothing about other than those two on the poster. So
Yeah.
I need to.
I know it's on
go check it out.
Netflix, so it's one
It's
I
on
definitely.
Netflix.
Yeah, I need.
Nice.
Yeah,
one
I
I
was watching on
definitely need to
Netflix.
check
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. But up next, though, we have 4 Weddings and a Funeral up against LA Confidential. So, Chad, you were up first. So
This is kind of a tough one because these are both great movies. I mean, obviously they both, were nominated for Best Picture. But if I'm gonna go with my heart. I don't remember LA Confidential that much, and I absolutely adore 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I think 1994 was just a freaking just a tournament in itself that year. But yeah, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. It's super delightful. There are 4 weddings, and then there is a funeral in it. It's very, very funny. I love Hugh Grant in it. I love all the comedy, especially the Rowan Atkinson bits. He's just so great in it. 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
I'm going to vote for the movie that I found for $3 at a swap meet. on
Nice.
DVD, and that is Four Weddings and a Funeral, because I can actually
Nice.
watch it if I want to.
That sounds good. Yeah. For me, I have not seen Four Weddings and a Funeral. I saw one episode of the TV series that they had. That was short-lived, but LA Confidential I actually just watched for the first time today, and actually really, really liked it. Kind of a cool kind of detective story set in the 50s. I really like Russell Crowe's character in it. Yeah, just because I haven't seen Four Weddings and a Funeral, I'll go LA Confidential. But I did feel like it was a little long. I'm not sure exactly what the runtime is. It felt like almost 3 hours. I don't know if it was quite that long, but it was still good though. So yeah, LA Confidential. Malcolm?
It's only 2 hours 20 minutes, not close.
Oh,
to
wow.
3 hours.
Well, it felt a lot longer.
But yeah, like I watched LA Confidential for the first time in preparation for this. I did like it, but I really love Four Weddings and a Funeral, so that's getting my vote.
Yeah. Sounds good. Steven?
For me, it's easily LA Confidential. Four Weddings and a Funeral is fine, but LA Confidential, there aren't enough words to describe how much I love that movie, and it was in my top 64.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it sounds like despite that, though, it's probably going to be Four Weddings and a Funeral, though.
It is 3-2.
But some love for LA Confidential for sure, yeah. One of the better Kim Basinger movies too, I will say. So, but next up we have Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings, going against Shine. It's a movie I've never even heard of. So, Jacob, you're up first.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, because no explanation is needed.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. This was easy, like Lord of the Rings. I mean, I already said I don't know what Shine is, so yeah. Malcolm.
I'm gonna go for Shine. Just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. You want to explain to us what it is?
No, I don't know what Shine is. It is on Amazon Prime for me. I was going to watch it. I just ran out of time beforehand. But yeah, if the only New Zealander on this panel says no to Lord of the Rings, there's something wrong for him.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go Lord of the Rings because Justice for the Return of the King, that should have won the last bracket.
Yeah. It was a heavy contender, but Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, so Shine is actually the movie that brought, I think that was Jeffrey Rush's breakthrough role.
Oh, okay.
And he won the Oscar for Best Actor, beating out other people like Tom Cruise and Woody Harrelson and Ray Fiennes. And so I have not seen it, but I want to. I'm going to go with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. And shout out to Austin in the chat too. I guess he's seen it, so.
Yeah. Shine is based on the life of David Helfgott, a pianist who suffered a mental breakdown and spent years in institutions. So,
Exhilarating.
Why is there so many piano movies on this list? Like at least like 3 of them or something. But this is kind of interesting. But Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely no disrespect to Shine. I want to check that out at some point. But I mean, Lord of the Rings was pretty much a game changer, and so many different ways. All 3 are fantastic, and this one's no different. Some people think this one is the best of the franchise, and I think you could probably honestly make that argument for any of them. And this one
really
takes like a lot of the exposition that you need for a movie like this and just actually makes it interesting with like Cate Blanchett and stuff like that. It is just like fantastic from beginning to end. And I used to not be a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but I'm definitely growing into one. So I kind of adore this movie now. So yeah, Lord of the Rings for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's a clean sweep for Lord of the Rings. So moving on. But next up, we have the Shawshank Redemption going up against Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. All right. All All right, so I guess it's me first, and actually I have seen both of these movies, and I'll probably go for Shawshank here. Like, I'll be honest and say I didn't love it the way that a lot of people think that like it should have won the Oscar over Forrest Gump, maybe, but like it was really good though. Like, I did really like it. I just wasn't in that like 10 out of 10 masterpiece like category for me, but it was really great. And Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was a lot of fun for like all the wire work that they did and like kind of showing some stories from Asian culture like that. So I thought that was really cool. But I think I got to go Shawshank here. So, Malcolm.
Yeah, I've only seen Shawshank Redemption once. I did plan on wanting to rewatch this for this, but I remember the first time I watched it, I really wasn't that impressed by it.
Yeah.
I really love Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, so that's going to get my vote. Plus, I do think Shawshank's come up on a lot of tournament fights recently, so I want to give some love to other movies.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a great movie, but The Shawshank Redemption is my third favorite movie of all time. So, so I'm going with Shawshank.
You got to vote for it, yeah. Chad, what do you think?
I mean, if you were wondering what the heck I'm gonna vote for, you guys are probably you don't have no fucking idea what the hell I'm gonna vote for.
Crouching Tiger.
Crouching Tiger is definitely a great movie. Absolutely no disrespect to that movie. I really adore that movie. I need to check it out again. But yeah, Shawshank, I'm right there with Steven. It's in my top, whatever, 165, 64, whatever.
Yeah.
And your top 5 pretty much. And I do, even though I do like Forrest Gump, and I might talk about that later, but I do think this one is probably the one that should have won because I adore it. I love Stephen King so much. I love these actors in this movie, Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman. I just love everything about this movie, and it just inspires so much hope. And sometimes you need that. So yeah, Shawshank for sure, absolutely.
I guess Austin's not a fan of Crouching Tiger. Just screw that wire food bullshit. So yeah, that's all right because I don't think it.
Movie.
I doubt it's going through. But Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, Shawshank is already going through, but I would have given my vote to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I think, like Malcolm said, Shawshank has shown up quite a bit on tournament fights, and I would have loved to have seen Crouching Tiger get some love, but can't deny how great Shawshank is. So,
yep. So Shawshank Redemption, it is.
The year Shawshank was nominated, that was an incredible year for Best Picture.
94.
Because
yeah.
Pulp Fiction and Forrest Gump.
Yeah, so that
you really couldn't go wrong with either of those three.
Quiz Show too,
Quiz Show is a great movie too, and we already talked about 4 Weddings and a Funeral that was nominated for Best Picture as well. My least favorite of those
and no
5,
love for The Lion King.
Yeah, right.
No,
there was
make a case for
that year.
For any of those.
No animated feature category that year.
Yeah,
I mean, they nominated Beauty and the Beast, so they could have nominated The Lion King.
Yeah.
I think it just goes. I think it just goes to show how strong year '94 actually was.
Yeah, there's so many heavy hitters. Yep.
Also, screw that next matchup: Shawshank versus Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Oh man,
I mean, that's
gonna be tough. Yeah, but we have a few good men going up against the Prince of Tides. This is what that is. So, and Malcolm, you're up first. What do you think?
Is the Prince of Tides a sequel to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Yeah, right. Sure.
I literally have no idea what it is. I couldn't find anyone to actually watch. I'm gonna go a few good men.
Yeah. You can't handle the Prince of Tides, right? But Steven?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Prince of Tides. I've heard of it, but I don't really remember what it's about or anything. And it just starred Nick Nolte, who I'm a big fan of.
Bless you.
And I think, is it Barbara Streisand too?
Yeah.
Looks like her.
Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, but yeah, A Few Good Men is great. I'll go with A Few Good Men.
Yeah. Chad? What do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm gonna mirror both sentiments. I haven't seen The Prince of Tides. I look forward to it whenever I get a chance. But A Few Good Men is also one of my favorite movies. I absolutely adore. I just love like courtroom dramas, and I think this is definitely one of the best, if not the best. Well,
Yeah.
maybe my cousin Vinny's a tad better, but I love A Few Good Men so much. All the performances. I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan. I think Jack Nicholson is excellent in this movie. Yeah, it's every time I go to the supermarket, not every time, but sometimes I'll grab like a Mountain Dew Code Red and I'll go, "Did you order that Code Red?" And
Yeah.
wife's
Yeah.
never really too happy when I do that because it's embarrassing. But
Yeah. You
Few
just
Good Men
shout
for
it
sure.
out. Yeah. But
George Carlin is in the Prince of Tides.
Oh,
oh wow, crazy. Jacob, what do you think?
I prefer the sequel, A Couple Great Men, but
Yeah,
so
right.
why not? Let's go with A Few Good Men. I've at least heard of it.
Yeah. Well, definitely recommend A Few Good Men.
I
Some
bet you
really,
do.
some
Oh,
really
sorry.
great.
Wrong
Yeah.
show.
Zing. Yeah. But yeah. For me, it's got to be A Few Good Men. Like, just some really incredible writing, and the lines are delivered really, really powerfully. Already mentioned Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson, and then Demi Moore too. So yeah, I am definitely gonna vote for A Few Good Men.
And Kevin
So,
Bacon, Kevin Pollak,
oh yeah,
bunch of other Kiefer Sutherland.
oh yeah, all those.
ew, he's in it.
they're,
Ugh.
they're pretty stacked cast. Ooh, yeah. but
But yeah,
but
I actually did the "You Can't Handle the Truth" monologue in high school,
Oh,
oh
but
nice.
the play version, not the movie version. And
Okay.
actually, in fact, it was also written not only directed by Rob Reiner and also written by Aaron Sorkin.
Oh yeah,
yes,
that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why the dialogue's so good.
I'm
It's
just
Aaron Sorkin.
imagining Steven going, "You want me on that wall? You need me on that wall."
Yeah, right. But up next we have Moulin Rouge going up against Ghost. So two kind of love stories here. So we'll start with Steven. What do you think?
And no offense to Ghost, but 1990 must have been a really weak year for Ghost to be nominated
Yeah.
for Best Picture, because it's a good movie, but it's not a great movie. So yeah, I'll definitely.
Wasn't Whoopi Goldberg nominated for something for
She
Ghost? I
won.
thought.
She won for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, she won. That's kind of interesting. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely go with Moulin Rouge. One of the musical. I'm not like big into musicals, but Moulin Rouge is one that I love.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad.
I'm not super crazy passionate about either of these films. I've seen both. Moulin Rouge is also a very, very weird movie. You know, what's the one guy's name? John, the guy who's supposed to be like a little person in the movie. Anyways,
Oh yeah.
anytime he's in a movie, sometimes I feel like it kind of drops it down a little bit, except for John Wick. And I don't know. Sometimes I just get like really, I kind of got like annoyed a little bit more at Moulin Rouge than actually liking it. Even though I think some of the songs are pretty great, Ewan's pretty great, Nicole's pretty great. But I'm still gonna go Ghost because it's kind of like a childhood favorite. You know, I don't know. My dad used to put that on, and you know, because it's kind of creepy. It's kind of a horror movie too. So yeah, I'll go Ghost.
You think you're thinking of John Leguizamo? Probably.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Luigi Mario. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
I'm partial to musicals. I really enjoy them. Again, not seen either of these, so I have to go with the one that I would probably watch
Ghost
first.
is a musical, Jacob.
Yeah, not. But it has a lot of good music in it, actually. So yeah.
And I think Ewan McGregor is a fantastic actor, so I will go with Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like both of these movies. Like I remember Ghost. My ex-wife's parents that they were always watching that when we were together, we lived with them for about like 8 or 9 months, and they're always watching because they dance to the Unchained Melody from that at their wedding, so it's like a big thing for them. But Moulin Rouge is actually one of the few musicals that I actually like. Like when Baz Luhrmann does a good movie, like he's really solid. Like I actually like a lot of his movies. I don't like all of them, but the ones that I like are like really solid, and this is definitely one of them. I think that it has great music, like it's a really cool love story, and Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman, they're like the perfect leads, I thought, for that. So yeah, I'll vote for Moulin Rouge.
Okay, but that Elvis movie looks kind of weird, don't you think?
It looks kind of weird, but yet like kind of intriguing. Like I'll probably still end up seeing it. So yeah, you ever know with Tom Hanks as that overweight guy or whatever? Yeah, kind of interesting. But Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I love both of these movies. But I'm going to go with Ghost on this one. Ghost is amazing. Ghost was up against the aforementioned Awakenings, plus Dance with Wolves, Godfather Part 3, and Goodfellas. Those were the other ones nominated that year.
Yeah. Well, sounds good. 3-2, just by a little bit. Moulin Rouge takes it. So.
Yep.
But up next, though, we got Forrest Gump going up against Secrets and Lies. So it'll be Chad first. So what do you got here?
Yeah, I mean, I know not everybody, loves Forrest Gump the way I do, but I absolutely adore Forrest Gump. I've never seen Secrets and Lies. Forrest Gump, I love everything about it. Forrest Gump is the one that doesn't really change. His circumstances change a little bit, but everybody else changes around him, and he's kind of like he has the ability to not really think too much about like what's going on around him, and then things change around him. It's just like a perfect little movie for that. It has some of the best cinematography ever. Just like him staring out into the sunset, him running across the big landscapes, and it's just so beautiful. I feel like I'm doing a movie Battlegrounds right now. Forrest Gump is just beautiful. When he opens his little case in the beginning, you get to see like little tokens of everything that's going to happen forward in the movie. It's just more of a brilliant movie than I think a lot of people give it credit for. And I love it. Lieutenant Dan, go ahead.
Yep. Lieutenant Dan. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I love Forrest Gump, and I think Tom Hanks is fantastic in the movie. I'll do Austin a solid because I know he's watching, and I'll give Secrets and Lies a vote because I think I know the way this is going.
Yeah. Well, he says that he's convinced no one has seen it, which we'll see if anyone's actually seen this movie. But but for me though, I'm a huge Forrest Gump fan. I love this because it just tells a really cool story arc of just him as a child and the friendship that he has with Jenny, and then how that kind of
Jenny
evolves over time. Yeah, I love you, Jenny. Yeah, but and then also his friendship with Bubba Gump, and yep, and then Lieutenant Dan, like we mentioned already, and then probably one of my favorite scenes when he drinks all the Dr. Pepper and then tells JFK he has to pee.
I gotta pay.
He goes to me. I gotta pay. Yeah. So yeah, but just like a really unique character that's kind of has his learning disability, but he's able to like really have a big impact on a lot of people. So yeah, that's really a great movie. I actually think that it deserved the Oscar over Shawshank. I'm in one of those categories. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Forrest Gump. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the trailer for Secrets and Lies. It does look interesting. It's got Timothy Spall in it, but that's the only sort of known actor from this movie.
What about Ryan Phillippe? Like he's in there in the small role.
Not of the Secrets and Lies trivia I was looking at, but anyway,
I was gonna say, I don't remember him being in that.
Oh, you're right, because it's Google. When I just Googled it, there's the TV series called Secrets and Lies.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
because Google
always
likes to
clicked
do
on.
that. Okay.
That's why I look
Let's go
like
to the
putting
movie.
movie. Let's title a movie plus movie, so it gets me
Yeah.
to the right place. But anyway,
Google. Yeah.
But anyway, I love Forrest
Timothy
Gump.
Spall.
Some people in the community like to say that Ginny is the true villain of the movie. I tend to disagree.
He's a
But
victim too.
I'll let them believe what they want to believe.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump for me.
Yeah. Steven?
Okay. I'm glad Forrest Gump is moving on. It deserves to, but I am gonna show some love to Secrets and Lies so that it's not, so that it gets a couple of votes instead of a clean sweep. And it's been a while since I've seen. It's been a long while since I've seen Secrets and Lies, but I do remember thinking it was a great movie.
Yeah.
This close, Austin.
Oh yeah. You already voted. That's right. So
It's 3-2 for Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it's actually closer than you would have thought. So, but next though we got Saving Private Ryan. Speaking of Tom Hanks, he's up again, going up against the Hours. So, is it Chad up first?
It's me.
No.
Okay. Jacob, who do you think?
Yeah. Pretty sure I've seen the Hours like once.
Yeah.
Don't really remember anything about it. So it'd be hard to vote for it. Especially over Saving Private Ryan, which I just saw for the first time last year, and man, I don't know why I waited so long. The beginning of that movie is fantastic. It's like one of the best openings of all time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Saving Private Ryan pretty easily here.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I got to go Saving Private Ryan also, just because I never seen the Hours. I mean, the cast does look solid. It looks like a movie that I'd probably check out at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. So, but yeah, Saving Private Ryan, it's just great. They're just like the opening scene, like you mentioned, and then like for me, like it's kind of like it goes from scene to scene. Like it'll be like really intense, really exciting, and then it gets a little slow, and then it gets really intense again, and then there's some really great performance, and it's a little slow for me. So that's kind of how it goes for me. But I still love this movie. I still think that it's a fantastic movie. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Saving Private Ryan. Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I love the Hours. The Hours is a great movie. I'm not a big fan of Saving Private Ryan.
Ooh.
I think it's fine, but so my vote's going to go to the Hours.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven?
Worst decision the Academy ever made was going with Shakespeare in Love over
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
In fact,
yeah, just shake your head.
Shakespeare in Love wasn't even the second or even third best movie out of those five, because then I would have said that Thin Red Line and Elizabeth were better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, we'll get some justice for it here.
Yeah, this will make up for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this will totally make up for it. Yeah, forget Shakespeare in Love. But Chad, what do you think?
I mean, I'm still on the whole line where I think that actually Crash over Brokeback was one of the most egregious, probably the most egregious. Because I actually like Shakespeare in Love a lot, but we're not here to argue this right now. Maybe a little
Crash
later.
was just,
I think Saving Private Ryan's definitely great. That scene, I think that everybody keeps talking about, the big action scene, isn't really the one that actually opens it. This is one of my big problems with Saving Private Ryan is that it begins and it ends with this old dude that's just really freaking cheesy, and he's like, "Tell me I was a good man." Other than that, it's a fantastic movie. I love all of the.
Okay.
I love all of. All right, get your petition out. Yeah. No, I love all of the action in this. I love all the character work in this. It's just a really great story. The Hours looks like it has a stacked cast. I need to check that one out. I haven't seen it. But Saving Private Ryan also has a stacked cast, and it's a great, great, great film. So Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Well, according to Austin here, he said The Hours is the most boring bullshit. So I guess so he doesn't like it. So
Okay.
I'll say
Well, he
that.
said the same thing about Tree of Life, so I don't really.
Yeah. True. But Saving Private Ryan it is. So well, next we have Chicago going up against Gosford Park. Ooh, all right. Is it me first?
It is.
Pass. Can I just not vote?
It's not how this works.
No, thank you. Like on either of these, but we actually haven't seen it.
Miny Mo, like this.
Yeah, right. Well, we actually haven't seen Gosford Park, so I can't really say too much. Like don't judge it until you see it, but it doesn't look like one that I'm really running out to see. But in Chicago, like I said, I'm very picky when it comes to musicals. I did like Moulin Rouge, but I was not a fan of Chicago. It's just kind of, I don't know, just not really my style for a musical. But even so, since I have not seen Gosford Park, I'm gonna have to vote for Chicago because it's the one I've seen. So. But Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Gosford Park. It's been on my watch list for a long time.
And I'll probably stay there for a long time, right?
I'll eventually get to it because I do want to watch it at some stage. But with watching stuff for other things,
Yeah.
But I'm going to give my vote to Gosford Park because even though I do enjoy Chicago, Chicago should not have beaten the Two Towers. So yeah, Gosford Park gets my vote.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I agree that the Two Towers and also Gangs of New York were better than Chicago. I still love Chicago and I'll still vote for it. I'll say this about Gosford Park. I don't love it, but I was actually perfectly okay with Robert Altman getting his Best Director nomination because it is actually a very well-directed movie because it's a movie that features like almost like a dozen speaking parts. And it's a movie that could have very easily gotten lost with so many storylines and characters. But it actually it's really well directed. It never gets confusing. All of the characters really seem to have a decent amount of screen time for them. So from a directing perspective, it's actually a fairly impressive achievement. I just didn't love it. It's just not really my kind of movie. But yeah, I'm going with Chicago.
Yeah, and speaking of Ryan Phillippe being brought up early, he is in Gosford Park actually. So there you go. But it just seems like it's a movie for like your mom or something because it's got like Maggie Smith and Helen Mirren and a bunch of those kind of older people, like Michael Gambon. He's in that
really
too.
Like the best,
that's fucking Dumbledore right there.
Yeah, right. Dumbledore. Yep. Well, Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely agree with Steven there as far as like the direction goes because Robert Altman, I mean, that's just what he does. I mean, he did Nashville, stuff like that. So he really knows how to handle like a big cast and stuff like that. But honestly, watching Gosford Park, it's like a murder mystery, but it takes a really long time to actually like get to the point. I feel like and it's kind of like very slow and a little boring unless you're really into like the dialogue and the characters, and I just really wasn't. It felt like, and I think I know how Malcolm might feel about Clue, but it feels like a lesser version of Clue, to be honest. And Clue was very fun. Gosford Park is not as fun. And I kind of expected a similar kind of thing, and it really just wasn't. But yeah, Chicago is like kind of like expertly like edited with its songs. The songs are great. The performances are great. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember like the editing being like really top notch. And it's like, it's hard to make a good like movie musical, and I feel like Chicago is just one of the top tier of its kind. So maybe not as like fantastically great as the Two Towers. I get it, but honestly, it's like Lord of the Rings can't win like every year. So it's
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to spread the love a little bit. About Chicago.
Can't win every year, nope. But
well, there's only
There's
three
only
movies, so
one year.
definitely can't win every year.
no.
This is true.
Yes, it can. It can win multiple years. Damn it. No. But Jacob.
Yeah, I'll go with Chicago. Like I said earlier, I'm partial to musicals, and so since I haven't seen either of these, I'm probably gonna watch Chicago before I watch Gosford Park.
Yeah. Well, Chicago it is. So pretty overwhelmingly. So, but next up we have Howard's End, another movie I have no idea what it is. Going up against Quiz Show. So, we're back down to Malcolm. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen Howard's End. Quiz Show is a good movie, so I'm gonna go Quiz Show.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven? What do you think?
Yes, same. I haven't seen Howard's End. Quiz Show is great. So yeah, I'll go with Quiz Show.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, same. I haven't seen Howard's End, but I do absolutely love Quiz Show. It's one of the lesser talked about 1994 movies, but it's definitely an excellent film, and it just shows just how you really just can't like beat the man or whatever. You can't really beat the big, television studio. And it's a great movie. I love that one. Check it out.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
I haven't even seen Howard's Beginning, so I definitely haven't seen Howard's End
The sequel,
either.
yeah.
You got to see the beginning before the end. So,
Dude,
come on.
Yeah, you can't go out of order unless you're Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I will go with Quiz Show as well.
Yeah. Yeah. But looking up the cast for Howard's End, I mean, you have Anthony Hopkins, Helena Bonham Carter, Emma Thompson. I mean, those three there are like pretty good, but I have not seen it or really even heard much about it. But I also haven't seen Quiz Show, but I was one on my list. It would have been the next movie that I would have watched if I would have had some time for it, but I didn't quite get to it. But out of these two, I'd definitely rather watch Quiz Show. So we'll go with Quiz Show.
I think Howard's End is available on Netflix for anybody who does want.
Okay.
Howard's End.
Nice. Howard's End. All right. Well, a Quiz Show it is. Moving on, but next we have Life is Beautiful going up against In the Bedroom. So, Steven, you're up first. So, what do you think?
I don't love either, but I liked In the Bedroom a little more, so I'll go with In the Bedroom. Great performances from Tom Wilkinson and Sissy Spacek.
Yeah.
And Marissa
Chad?
Tomei, she was nominated too. And
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, In the Bedroom seems like it's getting a little kind of risque up in here. But
Yeah.
I actually love both of those actors in the Bedroom, but I've really never heard of it in the Bedroom.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to check that one out. But I have seen Life is Beautiful, and that is a beautiful film. The Roberto Benigni, he kind of got like a little weird and people stopped liking him, but he made a really beautiful Holocaust film there, and it's kind of a comedy, but then when it hits with the rough like drama, it really hits, and it can elicit a lot of emotion there, for a lot of people, and including me. I had a really I had a time with this one. It was definitely a watch, but they really kind of like find a way of making it kind of a comforting film too for a little bit of it and stuff. So it's him trying to connect with this kid in the Holocaust, and yeah, it's a really great film. Kind of got overshadowed, I think, by like Saving Private Ryan and stuff like that. So Life is Beautiful for sure.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Just real quick, since I'm keeping track of votes for you, what did Steven vote for again?
In the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the bedroom.
Those are
In the bedroom. Okay. All right. Usually I hate the randomizer, but in this case, I love it because if you just say the names of these two movies together, it is fantastic. Life is
Yeah,
Beautiful
yes.
in the
In
bedroom.
the bedroom. Yes.
You can say it reverse too, and it works the same.
In the
way.
bedroom, life is beautiful.
Usually that's a true statement, but it depends. Not everyone's bedroom is that beautiful. So
I'm pretty sure I watched Life is Beautiful in high school. We were covering the Holocaust, and I think we watched this, and of course we watched Schindler's List.
nice.
And I if I just looked at the title, I wasn't gonna remember. But now that Chad talked about it, I remember really enjoying this movie, even though it's been like 15 years since I've seen it. 16 years.
Yeah.
So I will go with Life is Beautiful.
Yeah. And anytime Marissa Tomei is in the bedroom, I'm sold. I'm down. So yeah. Like I'll be up for that. But in this case, I haven't seen it, so I can't really vote for it. But I do really love Life is Beautiful. Like it's probably one of the only Roberto Benigni films I really like, and this one's great. Like it's funny. It gets very emotional. Like I think I even cried when I was watching. Like it's really really solid, even though it's all in Italian. Like it still a really really great movie about the Holocaust. And ever since that, Roberto Benigni's done some crazy stuff. Like have you seen any of his Pinocchio movies? Those are literally the stuff of freaking nightmares. Like oh my gosh, that stuff is like horrifying. Yeah. So yeah, but you put out a great one here, so I'll vote for Life is Beautiful. Yeah. Malcolm? What do you think?
But as I said, the Pinocchio designs that Benini has done are more close to the to the book pictures.
Yeah.
But that being said, we're not talking about Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've not seen either of those movies, but I do like it in the bedroom because doing it in your car is really awkward. So in the bedroom.
Yes, it is. Yep. So Life is Beautiful.
There's a
For the
story
win.
there somewhere, but
Yeah,
I don't
right.
think we'll hear it tonight.
That's for the movie
say that-
hero After Dark.
Yeah, we're gonna save it for the after dark shit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, or save it for the podcast. Yeah, but we have Cider House Rules up next, going up against the Godfather Part 3. So, it is Chad, you're up. So,
Oh, right. Okay. This is an interesting one. Well, we're not covering the original The Godfather in this episode, but I actually did watch the 50th anniversary in the theater recently, which was really great. I have a newfound appreciation for the first movie. I saw the second one and I loved it. I haven't seen the third one. I think it's because like I watched the first two. They were very, very long. And then I heard so many people say that the third is such a disappointment of a film. And then I've heard other people say, oh, well, it's not bad. It's just not the first two Godfathers. And, so I don't want to like throw shade at it because of that. However, I don't know. I haven't seen the Cider House Rules either, but like I freaking love Tobey Maguire. And I feel like I'd probably would prefer that kind of movie over the third installment of The Godfather. So I'm going to go Cider House Rules. Because it might rule. I don't know.
Yeah, right. You never know. But Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I've not seen either of these, so it's which one would I probably watch first? And it's probably The Godfather Part 3. I think the first two are fantastic. I think they're two of the greatest movies ever made. But of course, coming from me, that doesn't mean much because apparently I don't watch enough movies. But yeah, no, I mean, when you have The Godfather 1 and 2 to live up to, I mean, those are high expectations, and more often than not, you're gonna miss the mark. But um, I've heard really good things about The Godfather Part 3 from people. I've heard that it is disappointing, but I mean, again, like when you have those expectations on you,
Right.
a little disappointment should be expected. I don't even know what the Cider House Rules is about, so I'll go with The Godfather Part 3.
Yeah. Well, I was just reading the synopsis for the Cider House Rules because I haven't seen. I actually haven't seen either one of these, but the Cider House Rules, it just seems pretty interesting because it's like all over the place. Like it says a young man is taught medicine by the doctor at an orphanage where he was brought up. However, when he clashes with his mentor over the issues of abortion, he leaves the home and finds work on a cider farm. There, he falls in love with another man's girlfriend, but starts to reevaluate his principles when one of the farm workers becomes pregnant by her own father.
God damn.
Yeah, like it's all over the place. There's a lot going on there, but
it's like they
yeah.
just put ideas in a hat and we're like, all right, we'll go with this one.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And
This
this
one
one, and we got a movie.
Yep. But it has Tobey Maguire, it has Michael Caine, Charlize Theron, Paul Rudd, Delroy Lindo, so like a pretty good cast there. But yeah, but I'm probably with the rest of you guys. If these two movies were put in front of me, I would probably rather go with The Godfather Part 3. But I mean, out of all the movies that I haven't seen so far on this list, The Cider House Rules is actually one of the ones I probably would like to see. But I'm gonna go with Godfather 3. Malcolm, what do you think? As he's getting a phone call.
But that messenger call, it's a bit,
Yeah.
But that being said, I apparently, according to Letterboxd, I've seen Cider House Rules at some stage of my life. But I really don't.
Very memorable.
Well, I mean, it's probably one I've seen a while back, but
yeah.
But yeah, Godfather Part 3 is going to get my vote because like the Godfather movies don't get much love anyway. So I want to give some love to Godfather here. So.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, for some reason the Godfather movies don't really go too far in tournament fight, which you think they would, but yeah.
But The Godfather has won an episode.
Oh yeah, the first one did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but for the most part, that was like a fluke. Like the one time it actually won. The rest of the time it doesn't make it out of the first round. But Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm one of those people that think that The Godfather Part 3, I actually think it's a great movie. Yeah, it's not as good as the first two, but it's still great. And yeah, I mean, one of the criticisms that the movie cut does deserve, obviously, was Sofia Coppola's performance.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the Cider House Rules. I love the Cider House Rules. I thought it was actually kind of a great kind of a coming-of-age story. And
nice.
And Michael Caine won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, and even though I wouldn't have minded going to Tom Cruise for Magnolia, I was happy about Michael Caine winning because he deserved it. I thought. I'm going with Cider House Rules.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, we're showing a little love for Cider House Rules, but The Godfather Part 3 is moving on. So just probably for lack of people not seeing the Cider House Rules, honestly. But up next we have The Sixth Sense that actually was nominated for Best Picture. I forgot about that. Going up against The Pianist. So Jacob, you're up first. So what you got?
Yeah. Just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna vote for the movie I've seen. That's The Sixth Sense.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I have not seen The Pianist. Like it sounds boring, but I've had a lot of people say actually like so if you give it a shot, that it's actually not as boring as you would think. But The Sixth Sense. Funny enough, I saw it twice in theaters, and the second time I saw it with my dad. And even on the second time, I don't know why, for some reason, I didn't get it. Like, but like I didn't even realize Bruce Willis was dead the entire time. My dad had to tell me afterwards. He was like, "It's kind of cool how the twist at the end that he was dead the whole time." And I'm like, "He was," and it like freaking blew my mind when I finally put 2 and 2 together and actually like figured it out. I don't know why like I was so slow to like put all that together, but yeah, the Sixth Sense is great. I don't know if it holds up as much on a rewatch, but I have not seen the Penis, and I do really like The Sixth Sense. So we'll show M Night a little love here. So yeah, Malcolm.
And we cannot hear you.
Oh yeah.
Because
Muted.
I turned my microphone off. But
Okay, sounds good.
but yeah, I have seen both of these movies. The Pianist is a good movie. It's definitely one of those ones that does take a lot to get into, but it's a good movie. But Sixth Sense is going to get my vote because I do love it a lot more than The Pianist. And even though it's really predictable, because I actually predicted that he was dead the whole time really early on in the movie. But I still enjoy the movie, so Sixth Sense.
I should have saw it with you, Malcolm, so you could explain it to me better. All right. But Steven, what do you think?
Muted.
Yep. You're muted.
Come on, guys.
Everybody's muted tonight.
Well, I sometimes have to mute myself in case there's background noise.
Yeah. We appreciate it.
But yeah, so The Sixth Sense is a great movie. It's probably going to win, and I'm perfectly happy with that. But I'm going to show some love to The Pianist because it is a pretty powerful Holocaust survival story. And Adrian Brody won the Oscar for Best Actor, and he gives a great performance in it. So I'll give my vote to The Pianist.
Yeah. Sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I am a little sad because I haven't seen The Pianist. I really want to check it out because I'm sure it is a really great movie. But yeah, The Sixth Sense, not only does it have like one of the best twist endings of all time, that M. Night Shyamalan became like synonymous for like those twists. What day twist? Robot chicken. And stuff like that. But the thing is, it just shows just how great The Sixth Sense is because it's rewatchable. Because then you want to rewatch it and go, "How did I not figure that out?" Because we're not all Malcolm. And
Yeah, right.
basically, it has freaking great performances in it too. It's more than just like a great horror film, and it is a great horror thriller film. But like freaking like Haley Joel Osment, like I feel so sad for that guy nowadays. But
I know.
then he was such a powerhouse. But especially in that movie, he was so damn good, and really held his own across Bruce Willis. And I absolutely adore that movie. It's still scary. It's still got little ghost Misha Barton in it. And it's like a lot of little tragic stories too with like her ghost and stuff like that. There's a lot of layers to that movie. I love that movie. The Sixth Sense. I see dead people.
Yeah.
Haley Joel Osment was fantastic in NBA 2K19 story mode, okay?
Oh, yeah.
He's doing
Forgot about
really
that.
good.
He was in The Boys.
And he showed up in Silicon Valley. So it's kind of funny in that.
Yeah.
And also, this is the second Haley Joel Osment because he's also in Forrest Gump at the end. So
Yes, Forrest Gump Jr.
Yep. But Jacob, what do you think?
I'll still vote for The Sixth Sense.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you went first. Okay. Sounds good. But The Sixth Sense it is. So these piano movies, they're just not getting any love. I don't know what it is, but yeah. But we have Good Will Hunting up next, going up against Remains of the Day. So
another Anthony Hopkins.
yeah, so it's me first. So I actually watched Good Will Hunting for the very first time for this episode. I watched it yesterday, and man, like this movie was freaking great. Like I definitely see why I got all the Oscar love that it got, but like I will say, like it's not gonna end up in my top 64 or anything. I'm not gonna go that far, but I did really like it. Like it was a really powerful story, some great writing and dialogue and things, and the performance from Matt Damon was just like really solid. Even Robin Williams too. So, and I do not know anything about Remains of the Day, so I'll vote for Good Will Hunting. Malcolm.
Yeah. The Oscars really love their Robin Williams and Anthony Hopkins, but I think this is the second movie to feature both of these in this tournament. But I actually haven't seen either of these movies. Like Good Will Hunting is one of the bigger ones that I've not seen. But I'm going to give it the vote just because I really like the sequel Hunting Season a lot. So yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
So people talk about 1994 being a great year, but 1997 was also, because I mean, you had this, LA Confidential, Titanic, As Good as It Gets.
Oh man.
The only one of the 5 movies that were nominated that was like kind of on. Well, I'll say it when we get to it.
Yeah.
The Remains of the Day, I believe, also is actually the second movie on this to feature Anthony Hopkins and Emma Thompson together.
Oh yeah, you're right. The two of them.
Both in Howard's End, right?
Yep, that's correct.
So that's one that I really want to see because I've heard a lot of great things about it. I believe Hopkins plays Emma Thompson's butler, and I think it's a love story or something, but not really a love story because he's her butler. You can't really
It's like forbidden love kind of thing.
Really show that
deserve love too.
Yeah.
But Good Will Hunting is a great movie. I'll go with Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Oh, it's on me. Sorry, I was just adding Good Will Hunting to my top 100.
Nice.
Good Will Hunting is absolutely one of my favorite movies. I haven't seen The Remains of the Day, so I can't vote for that. But I wouldn't anyways, probably, unless it's really amazing. Because Good Will Hunting is really tough to beat for me. I absolutely love the Matt and Ben screenplay. That's crazy. Like two friends just like wrote a screenplay. It's one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
I love Robin Williams in it. I love like the chemistry between him and Matt Damon. They're so great in it. I even love like Ben with his like little monologue about just wishing one day he would just see his friend up and leave and actually go pursue things with that big brain of his, because he's not the same as him. And it's just, there's just so much to this movie that makes it such a great film. And just the writing, everything with it. And it's funny, it's deep. I love the final line where he's a son of a bitch, he stole my line. It's just a really
good to see about it, girl.
Near perfect movie. So Good Will Hunting for sure.
Yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
I think one of these movies is my second favorite movie of all time.
Ooh.
And the other one is Remains of the Day.
No. Yeah. All right.
Good Will Hunting easily.
Yeah, and also shout out to Stellan Skarsgård because I even love those scenes like him and Robin Williams just kind of screaming at each other about all kinds of really deep stuff. Though, if you listen to what they're actually like all the dialogue, it's like pretty powerful stuff. So yeah, Good Will Hunting is moving on as it should. So yeah,
that is an underrated performance actually.
Yeah,
because he never gets talked about with that movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he doesn't really, but. We have Gladiator up next, going up against Bugsy. All right. So, it's me first. So, I have not seen Bugsy, but I am somewhat of a Warren Beatty fan from like Dick Tracy and some of those movies, so they're fun. I mean, they're nothing to like go crazy about, in my opinion. But Gladiator, that's like one of the most inspirational movies, especially for a movie from that particular like Roman time period, and yeah, it's just really really cool. That's a great music score as well. So and also Joaquin Phoenix, he plays a great villain in that too. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for Gladiator. Yeah.
By the way, Malcolm should have gone first this time.
Oh, okay. Well, you can go first next time.
I was literally just about to make a joke about
Yeah.
that exact same thing. But anyway, I
Just
haven't
want to hog
seen
the spotlight. Yeah.
I haven't
Thanks.
seen Bugsy. It's once again, it's a movie that I don't really know much about, but I do try and want to watch it anyway. Gladiator is great. It's got a great Kiwi actor in it, Russell Crowe, who once again, this is his second movie on this list.
Yep.
So Gladiator moves on.
It won't be his last one either, but yeah.
He's got at least
Steven?
two.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yes, once again, likewise, I haven't seen Bugsy. I do like Warren Beatty and Annette Bening. So, and I think it's a gangster movie, right? So,
Yeah.
so I'll
Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, so I'll check. Definitely have to check it out sometime. But yeah, Gladiator's great. One of probably my second favorite score from Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
And you guys mentioned Phoenix and Crow, but Connie Nielsen is great in this too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with Gladiator.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
You're muted.
Sorry.
Haven't
seen Bugsy. I'm sure I will one day. But yeah, I don't actually love Gladiator either, honestly. But yeah, that everybody says that score. I agree that score is fantastic. In the Winter Olympics, a lot of figure skaters love to skate to that score.
Yeah.
The movie came out forever ago, so it's very very cool that it still lives on, at least there. But yeah, I mean, Gladiator's a pretty good movie. I don't know if it should have won necessarily. I don't have that year up in front of me, but yeah, I'll give a vote to Gladiator.
Well, the best movie of that year wasn't even nominated.
What was that?
Almost Famous.
That's
yeah.
I love Cameron Crowe when he's on point.
I know you're a big fan of Almost Famous, Steven. Yeah, for sure. But Jacob, what do you think?
Bugsy, why not?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Because it's tournament fights, and you can vote for anything. So, but Gladiator's moving on. So now that I screwed up the order of things, I'm still going to let Malcolm go first. So it'll be
speaking of Russell Crowe.
Yeah, right. We got A Beautiful Mind, some more Russell Crowe, up against American Beauty. So Kevin Spacey again
get rid
too.
of all the Russell Crowe movies first.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Malcolm?
This is slightly tough for me because I do really love both these movies. But yeah, but I'm going to go for A Beautiful Mind, just because like this is one that I actually have a memory of, and it's like on my birthday. This is my nana took me to a movie, and this is the one I chose to go see. So we saw this on my birthday, and but yeah, and A Beautiful Mind doesn't have a cancelled person in it, so Beautiful Mind.
Yeah, that is true. So, Steven, what do you think?
So funny story about A Beautiful Mind. When I saw this in theaters, I didn't know who John Nash was. So when that twist happens, that twist is it was actually like really like, oh, holy crap, like major twist. As much as I love A Beautiful Mind, and it is great, I do love American Beauty even more. So I will just by a hair go with American Beauty.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
These are actually both great movies. A Beautiful Mind is one that I remember in high school in psychology class. They put on, and for good reason. I mean, it's definitely a good take on schizophrenia, and that twist is pretty excellent. It frames the entire movie differently. It's really cool watch. But yeah, I agree. American Beauty is my favorite of the two. I adore that film. Mostly the performances. I just really love, I mean, I know Kevin Spacey, but I think he is good in the movie. But I also just like specifically like Chris Cooper and Annette Bening. There's like so many other great performances in it. You don't even have to focus on Kevin Spacey's, but him being like the lead. And I know like that little like obsession that he has in the movie is kind of problematic, but I mean, I think it services the story. And it doesn't, he's not trying. It's not saying he's like the best of people, but also like just that like kind of like closeted, Chris Cooper performance in that movie, like where he's just so hard on his son, but it's because he's frustrated in his own life, and it just like really gets to me every single time, and I just adore that movie. So American Beauty.
That sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
I think Christopher Plummer. I mean, Kevin Spacey was great in American Beauty, but I think Russell Crowe was even better in Beautiful Mind, in my personal opinion. Plus, I voted Annette Bening over Russell Crowe last round, so
Yeah.
I'll vote Russell Crowe over Annette Bening this round.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
like
good.
to be fair.
Yeah, right. but yeah, Beautiful Mind, another one that beat out Lord of the Rings again. So, but I think that like for me, those two movies are pretty close because I really do like A Beautiful Mind a lot, but I probably would have given it to Lord of the Rings myself because I think Two Towers is the best of the three in my opinion. But and I've not seen American Beauty, and even A Beautiful Mind, I've seen it, but it's been a long time since I've seen it, and like probably at least 10 or 15 years. But I remember it being really, really powerful, and just the performance Russell Crowe gives is just like so good. That's why I won the Oscar. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give it to A Beautiful Mind here. So
Beautiful Mind moves on.
All right.
Yeah.
So Beautiful Mind.
Also, A Beautiful Mind was up against the first Lord of the Rings, not the Two Towers. The Two Towers was the.
Oh, it was the first one. Okay. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of them.
Chicago beat Two Towers.
Okay. Well, even so, like I would have picked any Lord of the Rings over it. Yeah. but that'll be the end of that side. All right. Not too bad.
I mean, I'm not as upset with Beautiful Mind beating Lord of the Rings because The Beautiful Mind is a good movie. Like Chicago is fine. It's just
Chicago's like meh. Yeah. But we have Goodfellas going up against the Full Monty. So it is Steven first. So what do you got?
Okay, so before, when I was mentioning the movies that were nominated for Best Picture from 1997, I said the fifth one was okay. That was the Full Monty.
Okay.
I know some people love this movie. I'm not one of them. I don't dislike it. I just think it's just fine. So I'll definitely go with Goodfellas on this.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I actually haven't seen the Full Monty. I really kind of want to though, because it's just like one of my big blind spots. But I couldn't find it for streaming. I wanted to watch it for this, but yeah, I'm actually not also that in love with Goodfellas either. Like some people think it's like one of the greatest movies ever made. I think it's really great. And maybe if I check it out again, maybe I'll be on that board too. I don't know. I do like Scorsese somewhat, but Yeah, I'll give Goodfellas the edge just because I've seen it.
Yeah. Sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen the full Monty. I think Goodfellas is fantastic. I think all three actors that are on the poster there give top-notch performances. I think the direction is really good. Love the story. So Goodfellas all the way for me.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. So Goodfellas, I was a little late to the party. I only saw it about 2 years ago, but I was really blown away. Like I have no idea why I waited so long to watch this thing. Because man, like this is the best mobster movie ever made, in my opinion. I like it better than The Godfather. I like it better than a lot of mobster movies. Just really, really solid. And these three have great chemistry on screen. Just like super, super solid. And I just like the whole story of Ray Liotta's character too. Just like I kind of like having him as the main lead, and you have the other two as like semi leads. But I mean, it's really Ray Liotta's story. But the Full Monty I've never seen. I mean, I don't really know anything about it other than there's a musical that was made about it. So, but yeah, Goodfellas, that's a powerhouse. So I got to go Goodfellas.
Ray Liotta, great, and Hubie Halloween.
Oh yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, from
Wow.
Goodfellas to Hubie.
Didn't know he
Jordan-
was in that.
Jordan said he liked this better than The Godfather, and we just lost all our viewers. I don't know why.
Yeah, right.
Not really. I mean,
know what happened. They
people
all-
love Goodfellas too. So
Like I'm out. Yeah, but Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, the Full Monty is a great British movie. But Goodfellas is just great all around. So my vote's going to go to Goodfellas. But if you have a VPN, Full Monty is on Disney Plus in New Zealand. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Sounds good. So Goodfellas it is.
Yep. Clean sweep.
Yeah, clean sweep. All right. So up next we got Babe, which is also was actually nominated for Best Picture and going up against The Insider. So, Chad, you were up first. So
That'll
Which one
do,
you got?
Jordan. That'll do, Jordan. Babe. Babe's
How
a
dare you.
classic. Babe was there when I was a kid. I watched it a lot, like in school and at home. Babe's great. It's a cute little story about animals. I think sometimes it's a little rough because like it kind of reminds you a little bit of Animal Farm, and it can kind of
Yeah.
get rough if like animals' lives sometimes aren't the best. But I haven't seen The Insider. I really need to. But yeah, Babe is a very cute movie to win Best Picture. And I was actually looking through. Cute movies don't win Best Picture. Like it's a lot of sad,
Yeah.
depressing
Yes.
shit.
so
So
it didn't win.
I'm a vote.
Got nominated, yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean. But like nominated, I'll say
It
Babe.
won in my heart.
Yeah, right. Winning all of our hearts. But Jacob, what do you think?
I'm now determined to get Babe to the poll.
Yes, let's do it.
Although I know that it's going against next round, so it's gonna be really hard if
Yeah.
if it even moves on.
Yes.
But I have seen Babe. I love it. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But I've never seen The Insider. So
Anybody seen Gordy?
Yeah.
Because that's another big movie.
No, I've not seen Gordy, but I've seen Babe, and Babe's freaking great. Like just the pig interacting with all these farm animals. Like who would have thought it'd be such a great movie? Like it's a movie kind of for kids, but actually kind of not. I mean, it's actually like for everyone. So and the less said about the sequel. I mean, the sequel is fun. The Babe Pig in the City or whatever. But I mean, it's not getting nominated or anything. But I've not seen The Insider, but it looks like something that I would want to see. I mean, Al Pacino and Russell Crowe for sure. But Babe, yeah, I'm gonna go James Cromwell and Babe, yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
But yeah, I've seen both these movies. I do like The Insider. And once again, it's another Russell Crowe movie here.
Yeah.
but yeah, I really do love Babe, and whether or not it's just nostalgia or not, I'm going to vote for Babe. It was written by George Miller, the mastermind behind Mad Max.
Yeah, right. It's kind of crazy. Like he did Mad Max, then he did Babe, and also Happy Feet. It's like,
I mean, if you think about it, they're really the same movie.
They're all the
yeah,
same.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
He only wrote the first Babe. He didn't direct it.
you don't remember
Yeah,
when
yeah.
Babe said "Witness me"? You don't remember that?
Yeah, like Babe riding on cars with flames coming out the back. Yeah, yeah.
What a lovely day.
Yeah, right. But Steven, what do you think?
So Babe is a delightful movie. I guess I can't be that mad that it's moving on because I do love it. I don't love the sequel, even though Gene Siskel put this as his pick for #1 movie of 1998.
Oh wow. Number one.
But the first Babe is great. But The Insider is my favorite Michael Mann movie. I love it even more than Heat.
Well, Manhunter.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Manhunter, to be honest. Yeah, it's just a really gripping and riveting movie. And while LA Confidential is probably my favorite Russell Crowe movie, this is his best performance because it's his most transformative performance. You know, he really disappears into the part of tobacco whistleblower Jeffrey Wigand. And you know, Pacino's always fun to watch, playing a 60 Minutes producer, Lowell Bergman. And Christopher Plummer plays Mike Wallace. And
Now, when we say Christopher Plummer, do we mean Christopher Plummer? Or do we mean Kevin Spacey?
Oh yeah.
it's
right,
actually
right.
Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't remember if The Insider made my top
replace
64
anyone.
or not. But if I remake the list, I'm sure it would now. So I'll go with The Insider, even though it has been defeated.
Yep. We'll just leave those words up there. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So, yep. Moving on. So, but up next,
It goes a long way.
yeah. But we have Gangs of New York going up against The Crying Game. So, all right. So, Jacob, I think you're up first. So.
Yeah, this is going to be real easy if like a movie that I've never even heard of goes up against a movie that I've seen or that I've at least heard of.
Yeah, right.
I've heard great things about Gangs of New York. It's another one that I actually own that I just haven't put on to watch yet because it's a lot easier to rewatch stuff you know you like.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'll give my vote to Gangs of New York. I mean, Leo and Daniel Day-Lewis can't go wrong.
No, for sure. Yeah, I think Gangs of New York is great. Like a lot of people say, maybe it's like one of Scorsese's maybe lesser movies, but I mean, I think that's really really good and there's a great performance from Daniel Day-Lewis and Leo, like you said, but then Cameron Diaz maybe not so much. I mean, she's fine. I don't think she's as terrible as what everyone says, but and then little like sort of cameo by Liam Neeson at the beginning. I think that there's a shame they killed his character off. Sorry, spoiler alert, but yeah, I gotta go with it with Gangs of New York just because I've never seen The Crying Game. I know that's like an action thriller, but I don't know anything really about it, so I'll just say Gangs of New York. Malcolm?
The Crying Game is actually is really good. Basically it tells the story of a member of the IAA who kind of has an encounter with a British soldier being held prisoner and all that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a really good movie. And I like Gangs of New York. It's fine, but I'm gonna go Crying Game.
Yeah, and that viewership counter is not accurate because Austin's watching and he chimed in. So, Gangs of New York is in his top 64. But anyways, Steven, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I haven't seen The Crying Game. Gangs of New York is a great movie. It's trying to figure where I would rank. I don't know where I would rank it as far as Scorsese's filmography, but it's definitely in my top 10 of his.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Gangs of New York.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, haven't seen or heard of The Crying Game. I will check it out one day. But yeah, the Gangs of New York. I actually haven't seen that one either. I'm in the same boat as Jacob there. I have it, but I haven't seen it yet. I
Get to
always
it.
put that one on, and even for this, I wanted to put it on, but it wasn't streaming, and then I was too lazy to go grab the Blu-ray. So that's how it is. However, I do love all the people on the poster: Leo, Daniel Day-Lewis, Cameron Diaz, and I definitely want to check that one out. I heard it's really great, but yeah, I'll vote Gangs of New York.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, with that, Gangs of New York it is. So, moving on. And next we have Braveheart going up against Titanic. Ooh, could be a tough one.
Come on.
Well, I'm up first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't want to jump the gun again and go twice in a row. but for anyone who knows me, like you've heard me like say a million times on here, I'm not a fan of Titanic. I actually don't like Titanic at all. I think it's just really boring and really just. I mean, I recognize that it has great set pieces. That I'll give it to that. Like probably some of the most amazing set pieces ever in a movie when they rebuilt that ship. But I mean, just all the cliches, just like the whole painting, the scene, like paint me like one of your French girls, and like the when there's not enough room for them on the little piece of wood at the end, or just all those things for me. I just never really resonated with it. But I think that Braveheart's great though. I love Braveheart, and say what you want about Mel Gibson. I mean, he's kind of a little anti-Semitic, but on this movie though, he's great. Like he gives a powerhouse performance, and Braveheart has a great score, and he directed the hell out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Braveheart. Malcolm, what do you think?
This is easy for me. Titanic's in my top 64. It's actually pretty much my top 10 movies of all time. It's amazing. And yeah, it gets my vote.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
Speaking of score, I think James Horner did both of these movies actually.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, James Horner is probably my favorite composer, but although John Williams is up there too, obviously. But
yeah,
this is tough. I actually think they're pretty neck and neck. I think they're both great, but I'll just give this slight edge to Titanic. Just slight.
Yeah, sounds good.
I wouldn't mind seeing either one of these go through.
Yep. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I have seen both. I do think both are really great in their own way. I do think I don't know. I think Titanic's probably a lot more rewatchable though. Even though it is kind of long, but it's like a James Cameron freaking epic film. And I don't think Avatar freaking holds up and stuff like that. So the Titanic was probably his last great masterpiece there. And then I just love all the performances in it. The set pieces, the score, even the song that got super overplayed, I think is really good. It's just an iconic film, and that one I'd probably want to rewatch more. And I don't know, they took like a historic event that happened and kind of threw in like a love story on top that supposedly never happened, but I think it made for a great movie that like freaking won like all the awards. It won like
11
all
of them.
and 11. Yeah. But I'm exaggerating, but not quite. But yeah, it's a great movie. I'd say Titanic.
It won all the awards it was nominated for.
Yeah.
I think that's 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 for
Yeah, yeah.
11.
To be
Yeah, sounds good.
fair, when you say that Titanic was his last great movie, to be fair, Titanic was the last movie he did before Avatar, so he's only done 2 movies.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Jacob, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Titanic because I think you're absolutely wrong about it, Jordan.
All right. I've watched
Absolutely
it.
wrong.
Well, I watched it multiple times, and I even owned the like. Well, I don't know if anyone remembers the VHS, the like double like 2 VHS sets. The movie's so long that to split up into 2, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, like even after several rewatches, I still don't get it.
They
So.
did that with the Green
That's
Mile.
fine. Oh yeah. But I know I'm in the minority, like, and I totally understand why people love it. So yeah, gonna move on. And actually, it might be one that ends up going pretty far. Actually, despite what I think of it, it'll probably go pretty far.
It might go pretty far, unlike the actual journey where it didn't.
Yeah, right. The journey did not. The journey
Also-
met its end.
I hate that I've seen 20 movies on this list, and 2 of them that I've seen went up against each other. Like, what in the world?
Yeah. Right. Not gonna get a lot
Stupid
through when that
randomizer.
happens. But next up, we have Dances with Wolves going up against the Green Mile here.
I just
All right.
spoke about that.
Yeah. Let's see. It's Malcolm, right? Oh, it's me. Okay. So now I'm
No,
gonna
you're
skip
right,
myself.
Malcolm.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Sounds
Malcolm.
good. Malcolm, what do you think?
Easily Dances with Wolves. I've not seen Dances with Wolves, but I've seen the Green Mile. I really do not like the Green Mile, so Dances with Wolves gets my vote because it can't be any bad than that.
Yeah. Yep. Steven, what do you think?
So Leah, I've seen like half of Dances with Wolves, and I just never. No, I didn't. It's not because I didn't like it, but for whatever reason, I just never finished it.
Yeah.
But I do love the Green Mile, so I will go with the Green Mile.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
I've been meaning to check out Dances with Wolves, and I just never gotten around to it. I need to check it out. But the Green Mile, like I said before, when I was talking about Shawshank, I love Stephen King, and when they can make a great, in my opinion, great adaptation of his, he makes some of the best stories, and I think the Green Mile is one of those. With John Coffey and all that stuff, and the freaking like electric chair that they have in it's terrifying. And you got like freaking Sam Rockwell and Tom Hanks in it, and just a lot of great performances in there. A really great story, and I love the Green Mile. So, Green Mile.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Green Mile because Malcolm is wrong, absolutely wrong
Yeah.
about that movie.
Out of spite.
Sure. Yeah.
And I haven't seen Dances with Wolves.
Oh man, you gotta do yourself a favor because I think Dances with Wolves is great. Like I actually love Dances with Wolves. I'm kind of with you, Malcolm. I don't love the Green Mile. And like I tried watching it for the first time earlier this year. I thought it was kind of slow and boring. There's just some weird stuff going on inside the jail with mice and like weird, just weird stuff that just like yeah, just like didn't really like do anything for me. I didn't really hate it, but I thought it was kind of boring. Like it just kind of dragged on from me. But Dances with Wolves. There's a really powerful story about how Kevin Costner's character he gets accepted into a tribe of Sioux Indians and just the relationship of how the white men and the Native Americans are kind of at odds and how they come together. And the score is really, really solid too. You have the John Dunbar theme in there that's like a pretty iconic score. So yeah, I'm gonna vote Dances with Wolves, even though Green Miles are already going through, but
I'll 3-2 though. It was close.
Yeah, 3-2. So the Green Mile though. But up next we have Fargo going up against Sense and Sensibility. So
Another Emma
Steven.
Thompson.
Yeah, right. Emma Thompson popping up a lot on here. Steven?
It's been a while since I've seen. Well, actually, it's been a while since I've seen both of these movies, but I don't know, for whatever reason, I have more memory of Fargo than I do of Sense and Sensibility. But I do remember thinking that Sense and Sensibility is a good movie, and great cast because you got Emma Thompson, Kate Winslet, Alan Rickman.
Oh yeah, Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I think. Wait, I think that poster is supposed to say that Hugh Grant's in it.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
yeah,
I'll go with Fargo. I kind of actually liked the first half more than the second half. I liked when it was more about William H. Macy's character than when it turned into a Marge's story.
yeah.
But it's a good movie. I'll give my vote to Fargo.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen Sense and Sensibility. I'm sure that's a great movie. But I think Fargo is one of the best ever made.
Yeah.
I just also added that one to my top 100 because I mean, it won best original screenplay. I think that was well deserved. Francis McDormand also won, and I just think it's like a perfect screenplay. And also, it created like one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. The spinoff Fargo, and
Yeah, the show is incredible. Yeah.
yeah, and I just think like the movie is also super incredible. I think it's probably the best Cohen film. At least it's my favorite. And I think it's pretty like I've heard like it's pretty dead on accurate for like how people in that region kind of like talk and behave and like I've heard people who live there have been like oh that looks like my uncle's house in
Yeah.
Florida. Like they got it really accurate, and it's also got like crazy murder and shit in it. And Steve Buscemi's
Yeah.
amazing in it. So yeah, Fargo for sure. Peter
Yeah,
Stormare.
sounds good. Yep. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I've seen Fargo. Absolutely love it. I think, it's a great movie. I love the performances in it. But I think I'll show some love to Sense and Sensibility because I think, I love Alan Rickman, and while I haven't seen it, I think I'll just show some love to Alan Rickman because I think he deserves it.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah. I know. Rest in peace. But yeah. So I have seen both of these movies, but it's been a long time since I've seen Sense and Sensibility. Maybe even just saw it in theaters, and like that was the last time that I saw it. But yeah, and it was good. Like I had fun with it, but I mean, it's no Fargo. Like Fargo's great. I freaking love Fargo, and Fargo's a movie that turned me on to a lot of these actors like Francis McDormand, William H. Macy, even John Carroll Lynch, who's this guy from like the Drew Carey show, and then he just pops up here like playing like a pretty cool character, and then seeing Steve Buscemi and Peter Stormare kind of being the villains, just kind of going around just doing these crazy murders, and also. I really like how they portray Peter Stormare, a character, as this kind of guy who just like doesn't really say a whole lot. He's pretty silent through most of it, and all of a sudden he just goes nuts and kills people. Like yeah. And so, oh yeah, I got to go Fargo for sure. And also yeah, the TV show, I will second that. Like the TV show is incredible. I actually like the TV show even better than the movie, which is saying a lot because the movie's great. So
is the show a spinoff or retelling?
Retelling. It's not in the same like.
They're retelling kind of, but also kind of a spinoff too, depending on like some of the seasons too, because there's like 4 seasons, I think. So
yeah, like everything's connected. It's great.
Yeah, yeah, but so imagine Fargo. Oh, wait, Malcolm, you haven't voted yet, so
No.
Fargo on, but we'll see.
Yeah, I've not seen Fargo. It's a big blind spot for me. I've seen various clips for when I'm writing matches. I know that you must get the true coat because apparently you do. But
yep.
But I really love Sense and Sensibility. I love a lot of these period drama things, especially based on Jane Austen novels. And Sense and Sensibility is great, so that gets my vote.
Yeah.
Well, 3-2 for Fargo.
Yeah, 3-2, and also, I don't listen to Austin in the chat. I just noticed what he said. I'm just like, Just to piss me off, sure.
No,
Why
no,
not?
that was exactly my reason.
Yeah, right.
Oh, there's the
But,
other one.
Yeah, so we got the Two Towers going up against Elizabeth. So, it is Chad first. So,
Yeah, haven't seen Elizabeth, but I mean, Lord of the Rings again. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is fantastic. Two Towers. I don't know. Like I said before, you can say that this about any of them. This may be the best one, and just fantastic. But yeah, Lord of the Rings I'm sure is a better movie than Elizabeth. But who knows? I haven't seen Elizabeth. Maybe it's not.
you're right. No, it's a better movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Jacob.
The Two Towers, because it's
Yeah.
the Two Towers.
Oh,
Yep. But I say that it's a better movie than Elizabeth, but I haven't seen Elizabeth. But it just seems like one of those just boring period piece movies that like I have no interest in, anyways. And The Lord of the Rings is in my top 5 movies of all time, especially the Two Towers is in my top 5 specifically. So, because I think that it's the best of the trilogy, and especially for the friendship between Sam and Frodo and Sam's speech at the end, in my opinion, is the best showing of friendship ever put to screen. I mean, there's some pretty powerful ones in different movies, but this one just really gets me every time. So I'll go back and just like rewatch it. Sam's speech if I'm ever having like a bad day or want to get pumped up and just kind of be inspired, So yeah, the Two Towers for sure.
When you say that, you say big screen, right? Because Corey and Sean.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
yeah.
Corey and Sean might be the rivals. Like we'll have to do a tournament fight, best friendships ever put
Kirk
to screen,
and JD.
yeah, right. Yeah, there's some good ones on TV, but Malcolm, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, with the way this bracket is set up, we could have Lord of the Rings versus Lord of the Rings in the finals.
Yeah. Could happen.
But yeah, I haven't seen Elizabeth. It's one that I really do want to see. But I'm going to go Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You better, Peter Jackson.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got the screen name for it, but Steven?
You know what? Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers is definitely going through. So I'll show some love to Elizabeth, which I think is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett is great in it.
We might be the only one that's seen it on the panel, so yeah, you can definitely give it some love. but Lord of the Rings, it is. But we have Schindler's List going up against The English Patient. So this here is what I like to call the Seinfeld battle because they like go on about both of these in Seinfeld. So, but Jacob, you're up first.
Man, see, and that's not for this matchup because this matchup is Schindler's List. Easily, that's for the next matchup because I know what it's going up against.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be brutal.
I haven't seen the English Patient. The Schindler's List is in my top 20 of all time. I absolutely love it. I think it is a fantastic movie. It's an important movie to watch. I think it's Steven Spielberg's best. I think it's Liam Neeson's best. Don't do that, Chad. It's not your turn. In my personal opinion, I think it's both of their best movies. I absolutely love it. Not the easiest watch, but man, you can't deny how well made that movie is, how well acted that movie is, how well directed that movie is.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful movie.
Yeah. Well, I will second you. I think that it's Steven Spielberg's masterpiece. Like it's his best movie by far, and that's coming from somebody who has Jurassic Park in his top 5 movies of all time. But I still can recognize what a masterpiece Schindler's List is. It's just really hard to watch, and but I do agree that it's an important movie that probably everyone should see at least once in their life for sure. But I was a little late to the party when it came to Schindler's List because I knew what it was about. I knew how hard it was going to be to watch, and I had heard the soundtrack when it first came out, and like that score, like just by hearing that, like made me cry when I first heard it, and I hadn't even seen the movie yet, and yeah, like I was just absolutely blown away by this movie, and yeah, like I think that it absolutely deserves to move on. I haven't seen The English Patient, but it is one that I want to see. It's one that gets talked about a lot when it comes to Oscar movies. So, but you got to give it to Schindler's List. So, Malcolm.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
But,
well, it's my show.
Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
but yeah, look, I love Schindler's List. I've only seen it once. This is one I was going to rewatch for this. And according to a random episode of Liam Neeson movies, it is the number one Liam Neeson movie.
Yes, I was on that episode.
But
Yes.
but I do love The English Patient more, and I think I know which way this is going, so I'm going to go English Patient on this one.
Yeah, sure. Steven?
Well, it's Ray Fiennes versus Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The English Patient, I really wanted to see that today for this, but unfortunately I got home from work too late to be able to watch it, especially because it's like a 2 hour and 45-minute long movie. So I haven't seen The English Patient. I really want to, because I love these kinds of, epic love stories and wartime stories. But I have to obviously go with Schindler's List. It's not my favorite Spielberg movie. I mean, I have Jaws ranked a little higher in my list, and Saving Private Ryan as well. But it is probably, if I had to choose one movie to be Spielberg's like magnum opus, it would be Schindler's List.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, Schindler's List it is. Moving on. So,
Chad, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah.
oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, let me throw
Yeah,
in
but-
a couple words here.
Yeah, why
So,
not? Let you have
Yeah,
it.
no,
Tim.
I haven't seen The English Patient either. I really want to, but Schindler's List. Definitely, I wouldn't say my favorite of Steven Spielberg specifically, but I think it is definitely a great movie, a very important movie. Talking about the Holocaust. Just one of the biggest events, one of the most tragic events in human history. And so this movie is very, very important, very personal to Steven. And I love that he made this. I love that he, said it has to be unedited on television because it's that important for people to see, because we cannot repeat the events of the past like that. However, I will say that there are some, like Jaws, like Steven said, that I prefer of Steven's a little more. However, of these two, Schindler's List moves on for me.
Yeah. Sounds good. And next we have Aaron Brockovich going up against Scent of a Woman. All right. Hooah. All right. Jacob, you're up first.
No, I'm not. You are.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm up first. All right. Well then, for this one, like, I don't really love Scent of a Woman. I just don't really care for it. I've never been actually a huge Al Pacino fan. Like, I recognize that he's a great actor, but he's just not one that's high on my radar personally. But Aaron Brockovich is a lot of fun. Like just seeing this woman and just like be a powerhouse in the courtroom and just being able to like prove all these things and just in the way that she did. Like, it's a very like empowering movie for women. So like I can recognize that, and so yeah. For that reason, I'll vote for Aaron Brockovich. Malcolm?
Yeah, I've liked both of these movies. And Julie Roberts is great and Aaron Brockovich, but I've got to go with hoo-ha, Scent of a Woman.
Yeah. Sounds good. Steven? What do you think?
Do they teach beauty pageants to apologize? Because you suck at it.
Yeah.
I love Albert Finney and Aaron Brockovich. Great movie. Yeah, probably Julia Roberts' best movie. I mean, I go back between that and My Best Friend's Wedding. But yeah, I'll go with Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, haven't seen Scent of a Woman. I will one day. Aaron Brockovich, though, I definitely love, kind of like a courtroom drama, but like more so like, just her taking the initiative. She's not even a lawyer, just taking an initiative to try and, do the right thing and, basically, yeah, become kind of a lawyer like on her own and, forcing people to listen to her when, a lot of people don't get listened to. And they actually came out with a Mark Ruffalo Dark Waters movie that was very similar to Aaron Brockovich.
Oh yeah,
Another great movie, but Aaron Brockovich was, I think, one of the first to like show like how a big corporation can kind of just screw over people and just really kind of ruin lives. And I love that Aaron Brockovich portrays that in the film. So Aaron Brockovich for sure.
Well, a Civil
Yeah.
Action came out a year later.
Say it again.
yeah.
Civil Action.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
That's with
Yeah.
John Travolta and Robert Duvall. And
Oh, okay.
I have to check
Nice,
that out.
nice. Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
I haven't seen either of these. Which one do I think I would rather watch first? I'd probably watch Aaron Brockovich first. I've heard people say really good things about it. So,
Yeah.
Aaron Brockovich. Why not?
Yeah, definitely. So Aaron Brockovich it is. Moving on. All right. So up next we have Unforgiven against Beauty and the Beast. Okay. So Steven, right? Or is it Malcolm?
It's Malcolm.
Okay, Malcolm. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I love both these movies. But I'm almost tempted to go Beauty and the Beast just so one of the sole animated movies that were nominated gets through. But I love Unforgiven a lot more, so I'm going to go Unforgiven.
Yeah, sounds good. Steven, what do you think?
well, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Unforgiven. I wouldn't be surprised if Beauty and the Beast makes it through because I know that's a beloved movie, and
Yeah.
and it is great. But sorry, 9 times out of 10, if I have to decide between a live action movie and an animated movie, I'm probably gonna go with the live action one. But
Yeah.
most of the time, not always. But yeah, so I'm going with Unforgiven.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you
I
think?
actually kind of mirror Steven's sentiment there a little bit. I do generally prefer live action movies. However, there are some of the most greatest films ever made are animated films too. And I do actually love both of these movies. Beauty and the Beast is definitely a great film. I do think there are better, of the 90s like Renaissance. I think there are some better movies, but I'm glad that one got nominated. However, Unforgiven's like one of the greatest westerns ever made. It's definitely a masterpiece. I love the tension in that, the character work. Clint Eastwood directed one hell of a movie. It might be his best movie. That or like $1 Million Baby maybe, but yeah, I'll go Unforgiven slightly.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I actually just watched Unforgiven for the first time earlier this year. I was very, very late to it. It's a fantastic movie. I absolutely love it. But I've seen Beauty and the Beast like at least a dozen times. I think it's fantastic. I think it's beautifully animated. I love the voice cast. The songs are fantastic. Just everything about it is great. It's arguable that it's Disney's best. I mean, there are a few that could take that title. So I'll give my vote to Beauty and the Beast, even though sadly it will not move on.
It was fun to
Yeah.
see you argue against that in a movie Battleground, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, that and The Lion King are my top two,
Yeah.
like when it comes
Yeah.
to Disney. So it's
Against Austin, by the way.
That's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah. For me, I've seen both of these, and when I saw Unforgiven for the first time, I just saw it a few years ago, and I remember me and my ex-wife, we were doing a rewatch of a bunch of Western movies. Actually, some of them she was showing me for the first time because she's much more a bigger fan of classic movies than me. So we're watching all these John Wayne movies, some of Clint Eastwood's other westerns that he had. Then we got to Unforgiven, and man, that I didn't realize how dark this movie is and how brutal it is. Like it's just like for a western, like it's one of the darker westerns that I've ever seen. But I mean, going up against Beauty and the Beast though, like Beauty and the Beast is probably one of my favorite Disney movies. Also, like I have all the songs memorized, and like that doesn't really happen too much for me for very many animated movies. But I can literally sing every single song like word for word, and it's probably because as a kid I watched it on repeat, and also when CDs first became a thing, that was one of the first soundtracks that I ever got. I remember getting it for Christmas. I got the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack and just listened to it all day. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go Beauty and the Beast here, but even with that though, it sounds like it's gonna be Unforgiven. So, but did you vote, Malcolm? You were first, right?
Yeah,
Okay. What'd you vote for again? It was Beauty and the Beast, right?
I voted for Unforgiven.
Yeah, right. Yep.
I tried.
Nice try. Yeah.
I was so
That's Unforgiven.
tempted to change my vote just to miss it.
Yeah. Just to mess with everyone, yeah. but next though, we have In the Name of the Father, Daniel Day-Lewis going up against Jerry Maguire. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, some stuff. But Steven, you're up first.
So I have not seen In the Name of the Father, and I absolutely love Jerry Maguire. It's probably either my second or third favorite Cameron Crowe movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will definitely vote for Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. Chad?
Okay, I really love both of these movies. That's why I was so audible with this. I did see In the Name of the Father not too long ago, and that movie also blew me away. I mean, anytime Daniel Day-Lewis is in a film, it's probably going to be a really good one. But yeah, Jerry Maguire is so good. I love Tom Cruise in that. Renee Zellweger, yeah, it's a great movie. I don't know. I feel like more people have probably seen Jerry Maguire. I think that's probably going to get more votes. So I'm going to give mine to In the Name of the Father because I'm teetering on both of these. And In the Name of the Father is like a great, kind of like soundtrack and like just really, really emotional. He gets like locked up like with his dad, like unjustly. And so there's a lot of great courtroom stuff in there. Tom Wilkinson's also in it. And there's just a lot of great stuff in that movie. And it's very emotional. So I think that one deserves to be seen a little more. So I'll give that a vote.
Oh, and hey, Emma Thompson again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's Emma Thompson. And all like the people that we've seen multiple times, Daniel Day-Lewis, Tom Wilkinson, all those guys. We've already seen them all on here. Yeah. But Jacob, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with the movie that I've heard more about, and the movie that I will probably watch over the other one, and that is Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I have not seen In the Name of the Father, but I really want to watch it because I want to see all of Daniel Day-Lewis's movies. This is just one of the few ones that I haven't seen yet. But Jerry Maguire is an iconic movie. Like it's so quotable. Like there's so many lines that people say all the time. Show me the money, or like help me, help you. Or you had me at hello, just all those lines come from that. Then you learn the human head weighs 8 pounds from Jonathan Lipnicki. Like there's all these great lines from it, and yeah, like it's also kind of a sports movie because it deals with football and stuff. So and a great love story too. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jerry Maguire. Malcolm, what do you think?
Show me the vote for Jim Maguire. It's the only one of these two I've seen. So yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's a great comedy, a great drama,
Yeah,
a great rom-com, a great
all that,
sports
yeah.
movie.
Yep. So Jerry Maguire. But next up, we saw Pulp Fiction, which is a heavy favorite on tournament fights, going up against The Thin Red Line.
Oh
So
man.
yeah,
Oh,
so it might be tough. But start with Chad this time. So what do you got?
Dude. All right. I gotta say something here. I gotta vote. Okay, so I love both of these directors so much. Quentin Tarantino versus Terrence Malick. I love both of these films. Pulp Fiction's kind of a perfect screenplay. You know, I think Quentin Tarantino wrote some rough dialogue for himself. Other than that, that's kind of the only splotch on that movie. That movie's kind of perfect. But The Thin Red Line is a super underrated war film. I actually, in some ways, I think it's a little superior to Saving Private Ryan in some ways. About like being, I don't know. It's just I need to see both again. But I think The Thin Red Line definitely was a heavy contender for that year that it was released. This is such a hard choice. I think Pulp Fiction is going to run this. So, like before, I'm going to give The Thin Red Line a vote.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
I'm gonna vote for the movie with John Travolta in it.
Thin Red Line.
Well,
I mean, John
that's both
Travolta
of them. Yeah.
barely in,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, we see Pulp Fiction on here a lot.
Yeah, we do a lot.
So I'm gonna give a vote to the Thin Red Line.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm almost tempted to do the same thing, but like Pulp Fiction is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. So, I mean, we've already talked ad nauseum about it, but I mean, like I think that's just a master class in filmmaking. If you just watch the way that the film's made, because I was a little late to the Pulp Fiction party. I only saw it a couple of years ago, or actually, I think I saw it last year for the first time. And man, like, I was just absolutely floored by it. Like, it's just like what. Really, really great. But I haven't seen The Thin Red Line, and I really want to. Because I'm looking at the cast list here. I mean, you got Sean Penn, Jim Caviezel, Nick Nolte, Adrian Brody, George Clooney, John Cusack, Woody Harrelson, John C. Reilly, John Travolta, Elias Koteas, Jared Leto, Thomas Jane. Like, it just keeps going. Like, Tim Blake Nelson, Kirk Acevedo.
Terrence Malick film.
Yeah. So like it. So it's just like really, really stacked. I know a lot of them are probably in there for just a quick minute, but I mean, yeah. But Pulp Fiction, gonna have my vote just because I haven't seen The Thin Red Line, but I plan to. Malcolm,
you did.
oh yeah,
What are the votes
He's
at
on
the
mute.
moment?
oh yeah,
2-1 for Thin Red Line.
yeah.
So, which means I'm the decider then.
Yeah.
Actually, I
I
haven't
mean-
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2-1 for
Yeah.
Thin Red Line.
Yeah.
You could be the decider.
You could tie it up.
Well, either way, I'll still be the decider. I watched the Thin Red Line for the first time last week. And once again, if you have a VPN, you can watch it on Disney Plus in New Zealand.
It's on Disney Plus,
Fin-
The Thin Red Line. Wow.
Hey, we have the star section, which means like we've got stuff that
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of R-rated stuff and all that.
Nice.
But yeah, Thin Red Line is fun. It's definitely better than Saving Private Ryan for sure. But I've got to go with my heart and go with Pulp Fiction because I really love it. So Pulp Fiction gets my vote.
Yeah. Well,
Steven,
tied up,
down
so-
to you.
yeah. So you're the decider, Steven. What's it gonna be?
You know, Pulp Fiction is in my top 64, and even though The Thin Red Line isn't, it was teetering on being in my top 64. And if I redid the list, it probably would be now.
Yeah.
I really I think The Thin Red Line is Malick's best movie, even though I do, unlike unlike some here, I do also love the Tree of Life.
Don't tell Austin.
Wait, no, actually, the Tree of Life was in my top 20, so I guess I do rank that a little higher. But the Thin Red Line is great. So you know what? I'm gonna go with the Thin Red Line.
Yeah,
All right. Upset.
sounds good. Yeah, Upset City.
I mean, I'm not upset.
No.
Some
Yeah, you're a
people
little
might
upset
be.
there? Yeah, but we do see a Pulp Fiction on here like every other episode, so yeah, it's kind of nice to have something new. but we still have The Fugitive going up against Il Postino, the Postman. So we'll see. I mean, has anyone even seen Il Postino? If you have, we can talk about it. But if no one's seen it, we'll just make it easy and put through The Fugitive, I think.
I'm just gonna vote for The Fugitive and
Yeah.
Yeah, The Fugitive was
move on.
Was in my top 20. So
Well,
Yeah,
there's
my
no
thoughts.
objections.
My thoughts on the Postman is simply I don't care.
Yep, same. I do not care. I do not. Yeah, not for me. Yeah. So we'll just move on from that one. But we have Silence of the Lambs going up against Chocolat. So here's one that's a little more worth debating. So, and is it Chad first, I believe?
Is it me?
No, he went first last time.
Okay, so Jacob.
So it's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen Chocolat. Huge Johnny Depp fan though.
Yeah, you're the Johnny Depp fan.
Yeah, it's a blind spot of mine. I think I know where this is going. So since I am a huge Johnny Depp fan, I will give him my vote this time.
Yeah. Yeah, like what puts the lotion in the basket? I gotta go for the Silence of the Lambs. Like I was late to the Silence of the Lambs party too. Like I only saw the Silence of the Lambs probably about a year and a half ago or so, and it was really, really good, really, really powerful. And I've seen Chocolat, but it just doesn't really like blow me away or anything. Like it's fine, but I'll say Silence of the Lambs. Yeah. Malcom, what do you think?
Nope.
No, yep. Nope, can't hear you.
This is actually a tough matchup for me because I really do love Chocolat. Because it's Johnny Depp in a somewhat normal role.
Yeah.
For a change. And it's definitely a great story. I mean, but I do like a lot of drama movies and all that, but I do have to go Silence of the Lambs just slightly because it is a little bit better.
Yeah. Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I never saw Chocolat. It looked fun. Didn't really look like something that I would absolutely love. It didn't look bad, but it didn't look like it would be something that I would love. So I just had never seen it. So I'll go with the Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
Yeah. Can you help me put that chair in my van, please?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The
Buffalo Bill. Yeah.
The Silence of the Lambs is one of the greatest films ever made. Masterpiece. I know everything everybody says about it all the time. It's just a great horror film, great thriller. Everything with Clarice, Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, great performances. I adore the film. Yeah, I mean, you don't normally get like a horror thriller like that to win freaking Best Picture, but like all the awards that it got, and I just hope that other horror films can actually get the same kind of respect that they deserve sometimes. Like The Invisible Man should have got a nom, but anyways, Hereditary. Those being said, I haven't seen Chocolat. Silence of the Lambs is my pick.
Yeah, we need Austin on here. He does a pretty good Buffalo Bill impression. So yeah, we're missing that, Austin. But yeah,
He's a lot of great impressions.
yeah, right.
Um,
Yeah, he's always good
I
for
can't
that.
wait to see if Nope gets nominated next year, and it's like, and
Yeah,
they just
Nope.
no, and it wins best picture. It's like the winner of best picture is just Nope.
nope,
Not gonna say it.
nope.
Not gonna say it.
Yeah, yeah,
That would be great. I hope
yeah.
it is that
That'd be
good.
fun.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nope doesn't look like the kind of movie that would even be nominated, let alone win Best Picture.
He looks really odd, but you never know. So
I mean, I was talking about the irony of just the fact that someone's awarding best pictures like that is like, nope, I don't want that to win. I'm just not going to say it.
yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
the infamous Shakespeare in Love. We'll see if anyone gives it any love here. But going up against Traffic, so so it's my turn first. So I have seen Shakespeare in Love. I saw it once. I didn't really ever care to ever see it again. Like, it's just not really my type of thing. It's a movie about a play, and it's just really weird, and like, I don't know, I didn't really care for it. And I've never seen Traffic, but you're looking at the cast there, like it looks like my type of movie, so I'm gonna vote for Traffic. So Malcolm?
Look, here's the thing. I feel Shakespeare in Love gets a lot more hate than it deserves just because it beat Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm here to say Shakespeare in Love absolutely deserved to win over Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private Ryan is not as good as Shakespeare in Love. Shakespeare in Love is amazing, and I've said it before, I really love period movies. So Shakespeare in Love is going to get my vote here.
Yeah. Well, Steven, what do you think?
All right, despite what I said earlier, I actually don't dislike Shakespeare in Love. It's a perfectly fine, it's an enjoyable movie for, it's mildly clever, but it just, it just did not deserve to win, in my opinion, over Saving Private Ryan. Traffic is a great movie. I love it. It's probably my I think it probably is Steven Soderbergh's best movie.
It might be, yeah.
And I don't remember if it made my top 64, but it's definitely in my top 100. So I will. So I liked Shakespeare in Love just fine, but I'm still going with Traffic.
Yeah, sounds good. Chad, what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I like both of these movies a lot. I kind of second Malcolm there, where some days I might say that Shakespeare in Love definitely deserved it. I think Saving Private Ryan. I mean, I like it more than he does, and I think that probably did maybe deserve a little more to win. But like that whole discussion aside, Shakespeare in Love is a great movie. Way better than people give it credit for. You have all the freaking Spielberg fanboys just going up there trying to hate on the movie just because it won Best Picture. It's like, watch the movie on its own merits, and you'll probably actually like it because it's a really great movie. I love Gwyneth Paltrow in that movie. She plays like she has some range in that movie, and it's really great to see. And I think it's a very cute, big, movie, and I really enjoy it. I'd do that over Traffic. Traffic was pretty good. I didn't think it was shot very well, though. It looked a little too dark and gritty. I did like Benicio del Toro in it, though. But other than that, Shakespeare in Love for real, for sure.
Yeah, sounds good. Jacob, what do you think?
Ooh, it's a tie, so it's on me.
Yep. On you.
I'm gonna go because I haven't seen either of these movies. I'm gonna go with the movie with the cast that is drawing me in, and that's actually the cast of Shakespeare in Love.
Okay.
So I'll go Shakespeare in Love.
I think
they both actually have pretty good casts.
They do, but
both.
the one that's drawing me in just a little bit more is Shakespeare in Love. So
and Ben Affleck is actually like a lot of fun in the movie playing an this
Oh yeah,
actor.
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Yeah, he was
Shakespeare in
the
Love. Then let's moving
Well, I
on.
don't think Judi Dench should have won Best Supporting Actress.
Mm.
But now they're going to complain. Traffic should have won instead of Shakespeare in Love, right? Like, get all the complaints, but we still have Apollo 13 versus the Piano, which I believe is the last matchup of the first round. So that's me first, right? Is that where we're at?
No, we're at Malcolm.
Okay, Malcolm. Yeah, that's right. I went first. So, what do you think, Malcolm?
I hate the randomizer for this matchup. Look, I love Apollo 13. I watched it for the first time last year. It is good. But while I do love the movie Apollo 13 more than the Piano, I'm going to vote that Piano because I'm pretty sure I know how the rest of these votes are going to go. So, and
Yeah.
Piano is a New Zealand movie, double day champion, and yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
voting-
that's what it is. Sure, yeah. You got to go for your home country. Steven?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a single Jane Campion movie, but I want to because I know she's about to win the Oscar, most likely for The Power of the Dog.
Oh, yeah.
And that's about to win Best Picture. But yeah, Apollo 13 is Ron Howard's best movie, so and I absolutely love it. So I go with Apollo 13.
Yeah, Power of the Dog going to win and going to upset all the Spielberg fanboys again for West Side Story, right? Yeah.
Oh, not really. I don't think there's as much love for West Side Story as there is for Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, probably not, but
It's just not the best movie of the year.
Yeah. But Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't seen the Piano. I've seen Apollo 13. I really want to see the Piano, but Steven just basically said like all my fears. Like I think The Power of the Dog might win Best Picture, and I don't think it deserves to at all. I think that award should go to Coda. That's my favorite of the year, but we'll see.
That.
I'm hoping for an upset here with Coda, but other than that, The Power of the Dog aside, I do love Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons in that. But I haven't seen the Piano. I've seen Apollo 13. I think Apollo 13 is a great, great film. Tom Hanks in it, stuff like that. So I'll go Apollo 13.
Yeah, sounds good.
If there is an upset, it'll be either Coda or Belfast.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for Coda. I love that movie.
Or it should have been Tick Tick Boom, but it didn't freaking get nominated.
Amelia Jones should have been nominated for Best Actress.
That song should have been nominated too.
I'm sure. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, what do you think?
We have enough Tom Hanks movies that have moved on. Let's show some love to the Piano because we haven't had any Piano movies.
Yeah. Yeah, screw piano movies. Who needs them? Like, we don't need piano movies. Like, there's enough piano music in all these movies. So, for me, I'm mostly just gonna vote for it because I have not seen the Piano. So, but Apollo 13. I mean, shout out to Tom Hanks and Kevin Bacon and Bill Paxton too. Like, so that's a pretty strong cast there, and it's a great movie. So, Houston, we have a problem. Apollo 13. So, but what are the votes at? Are they for Apollo or?
Yeah, it's 3-2 for Apollo.
It was close, so yeah. All right, so that'll be the end of round one. Now it's time to fly. So, anyone who's ever watched, we go 10 seconds or less on the next one, so we don't run like 4 hours. So we're gonna make it fast. We're gonna fly through all these rounds, and we'll get to a winner pretty quick here. So, and also to the Elite Eight for anyone who's not familiar, the Elite Eight in the tournament will be in a poll on the Schwinn and Friends and Family group over on Facebook tomorrow. So you can watch for that. So, but we have Awakenings going up against Four Weddings and a Funeral. So, and is that Malcolm first? Is that where we're at?
Steven.
Okay, Steven. Okay. What do you think?
I guess I'll go with Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Yeah. Sounds good. Chad.
Awakenings is great. I've already said my feelings about Four Weddings and a Funeral. I think it's delightful. It's a very, very, very great movie. 1994, great year for movies. Four Weddings and a Funeral moves on for me.
Yeah. Jacob.
Awakenings.
Yeah. Well, I had never seen either one of these, but I'd probably rather watch at this point Four Weddings and a Funeral. So I'll go with that. Malcolm.
Awakenings.
Okay. All right. So, what are the votes at?
3-2 for Four Weddings.
Okay. Four Weddings and a Funeral. Moving on. All right. So, up next we have The Fellowship of the Rings going up against Shawshank Redemption. Ooh, okay. Some could be kind of tough, but
All right, Chad.
Chad.
Bro, I mean, the best film of these two is Shawshank for sure. Like, you know, I know everybody loves freaking the Lord of the Rings. There are three great films for sure, but Shawshank, I think, is the better movie. I know it's going to get bombarded by Lord of the Rings in this slate, sure,
Yep.
but Shawshank is one of the greatest films ever made.
I love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you can. I love that you can say such false statements with such great confidence.
Yes. Yep.
No,
Yep.
okay, no. Shawshank is great,
False.
and if it was going up against any other movie, it might move on. But for me personally, Fellowship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you
One
put
of those-
Shawshank against either one that was just previously, Shawshank's moving on.
Yeah. We need one of those Dwight memes from The Office where he's like, false. One of these movies does not have hobbits in it, and so Lord of the Rings is the better movie, and I would agree. So I'm voting for The Fellowship of the Rings. So, Malcolm.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yep. Steven?
I mean, they're both in my top 5, although, but they're lumped. I lumped the Lord of the Ring, all three Lord of the Rings together. Truth be told,
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring is actually my least favorite of the three, and
Okay.
besides, it's number 5, and Shawshank is number 3. So either way, I would still go with Shawshank, but obviously,
Yep.
Lord of the Rings is moving on.
Yep. But it's closer than you would think. So yeah.
Yeah,
But
man, why couldn't Shawshank go up against Four Weddings and a Funeral or?
yeah, right. Awakenings, yeah. Yeah. But we have A Few Good Men going up against Moulin Rouge. So do you,
It's me.
Jacob?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
me, and I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. Sounds good. I will go with A Few Good Men. Yeah. Malcolm?
A Few Good Men.
Yeah. Steven?
You can't handle the truth because I'm going with Moulin Rouge.
Ooh. All right. Fake out. Yeah. Chad?
A Few Good Men for sure. One of the greatest movies ever made. Boom.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right, A Few Good Men
What's
moves
close?
on.
Yep. A Few Good Men. Yeah. All right. So we got Forrest Gump going up. Ooh, Saving Private Ryan. We got the Tom Hanks battle. All right. So it's me first. This was pretty easy. I think that I got to go with the better war movie. So Forrest Gump. Yeah. Malcolm.
You're not wrong, Forrest Gump.
Yep. Steven?
They're actually both really close for me, but I'm going to go with Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Chad?
Yeah, I'm more like Steven. They are very, very close, but Forrest Gump, I think, is just, I don't know. That's just such a great movie to watch. Forrest Gump.
Yep.
Wow.
Jacob?
I also am gonna go with Forrest Gump.
Ooh. All right. A clean sweep. All right.
No, well,
No, it was
4-1.
Oh, did you vote for it, Steven? Did you vote for Saving Private Ryan or
Yes.
Yeah, and
It
his
doesn't
vote
matter
does
because
count.
Forrest
your vote
Gump
doesn't count anyway, so it's a clean
His
sweep.
vote does count.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the lie they tell you so that you can vote.
Yeah, right. Yep. But we have Chicago going up against Quiz Show. Right. So see who's up first now.
Malcolm.
All right, Malcolm.
Quiz show.
Yeah. Steven?
Another close one, but I think I'm actually going to go with Chicago.
Yeah. Chad?
Yeah, this is very close actually, but the best year, I'll go Quiz Show in 1994.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm gonna go Chicago to tie it up.
Well, I don't care about all that jazz, so I'm gonna go with Quiz Show. So
Great song.
Quiz Show it is, yeah. But moving on, we got Life is Beautiful going up against The Godfather, Part 3. So, Steven, what do you think?
Godfather 3.
Yeah.
I don't hate Life is Beautiful. I just, it just seemed kind of silly to me until when it starts to get more dramatic, then it's good. But
Yeah.
but I like The Godfather 3 more for sure.
Yeah. Chad?
Life is Beautiful is a beautiful film. The Godfather's apparently a disappointing movie in a trilogy, and the first two movies are like so lauded. Let's throw some Life is Beautiful some love.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm also gonna go Life is Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, Life is Beautiful. It caught me off guard. I didn't expect to get so emotional watching this movie. So yeah, Life is Beautiful. Malcolm?
Yeah.
Godfather 3.
Yeah.
All right, but 3-2. Life is Beautiful is moving on.
Yeah.
Well, The
Life is
Godfather
Beautiful.
Part 3 doesn't quite have the same ring to it as the previous match.
Yeah. Right. Nope. But with The Sixth Sense going up against Goodwill Hunting. All right. This one could be tough, but Chad first, right?
No.
Yep.
So tough. Oh my god. These
You gotta be
movies
the first.
are both great.
You're the one that complains or exclaims something. It's usually them first.
Yeah, exactly. I love both of these movies so much. One has to move on though. I'll say I think Goodwill Hunting has the better screenplay, rewatchability. I don't know. I'll just go with Goodwill Hunting. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, Jacob?
Yeah, one of these movies is still my second favorite movie of all time. And my favorite movie of all time isn't even gonna be mentioned on this episode. So, Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
2007.
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's been overtaken by
Well,
a couple of movies.
Well, one of these movies, I think that they've shown a lot of film classes as a master class in screenplay writing. So that's not going to be The Sixth Sense. So I'll vote for Goodwill Hunting. So
I See Dead People is top-notch writing.
Oh yes, top notch. Oh yeah, let me tell you. Yeah. What do you think, Malcolm? Maybe on mute.
I wasn't saying anything. I was thinking.
Ooh.
I was in deep thought.
Sure.
But
Got
I'm
10
gonna go
seconds.
Sixth
Come on,
Sense.
speed it up. No.
Wait, did he say you said The Sixth Sense?
Okay.
I said The Sixth Sense.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear it. Yeah. Steven, what do you think?
What's the vote so far?
3-1 for Goodwill Hunting.
Okay. 3-2 is pretty good. So I'll also go with The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. Well, it's Goodwill Hunting. And moving on. Okay. Yeah. So, we have The Gladiator up against A Beautiful Mind and Russell Crowe. Here we go. So, Jacob, you're up first. So, what do you think?
A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah. This one's tough, actually. I have to use all my 10 seconds, but
Well, you're down to 3, so
yeah. I'm Gladiator then. Yeah. Malcolm?
A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah. Steven?
I mean, it's close. I do love how A Beautiful Mind puts you in the mind of a person with schizophrenia. But if
Yeah.
I'm just going by just which one I just love watching the most, it's Gladiator.
Yep. Well, Chad.
I'll go with Beautiful Mind on this one.
All right.
Ooh,
Beautiful
all right.
mind. Moving on.
It's a beautiful mind. Well, I'm not mad about it though. It is great. So that'll do it for that side. Moving on. All right. So we have a Goodfellas going up against Babe. It's kind of interesting, but that's me first, right?
Yep.
Man, this was me maybe like 20 years ago. Like I'd probably vote Babe because I'd be at the right age to do that. But
You can still do that.
No, like I think I got to go with Goodfellas. Like it's just like one of the best mob movies, like I said last round, and yeah, like it deserves it. So yeah, I'll go with Goodfellas. Malcolm.
You know what? I want to cause chaos, and I want Babe to be on the poll. So Babe.
Yeah. Well, Steven?
Join us, Steven.
Yeah, right.
I actually was gonna go with Babe since Goodfellas has been on these matches a lot. So
Yeah, that has him.
I don't
Well,
know
Chad?
if I want to go all the way to the top 8, but I'll
Yeah.
go on the ride for now.
Sure, yeah. Get on the ride. Chad?
Depends on what it's up against.
Yeah, Babe.
Ooh,
And I'm going Babe. 4-1 for Babe.
all right. 4-1 for Babe. All right, that's fine. Because I do like me some Babes. So, yeah. Some talking pigs.
Babe.
Yeah.
With the pig.
Yep. But we have Gangs in New York going up against Titanic. All right, so Malcolm, you're up first.
Easy Titanic.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, I'll go with Titanic.
Chad?
Easy Titanic.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Titanic.
Easy. Gangs in New York. But even so, it's not gonna go, so which is fine. But then up next we have the Green Mile going up against Fargo. All right.
Ooh.
So Steven, you're up first.
The Green Mile.
Yeah. Chad?
I adore the Green Mile, but yeah, I still think Fargo is one of the greatest ever made. So Fargo.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm gonna go with the Green Mile.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Fargo. Yeah.
It's not called the Fargo.
Yeah, sorry. That's incorrect. But
Shane Black's directing that.
Well,
Fargo.
yeah, right.
I
Fargo's gonna
wonder
be
what
the-
Malcolm's gonna vote for.
It's gonna be the sequel where they use the same exact title but put the
I'm
in
going to
front
go
of
for Fargo.
it. Ooh.
What?
Well, Fargo it is.
You mean your opinion on the Green Mile hasn't changed from round 1 to round 2?
Yeah.
We haven't been going for 3 hours yet. I haven't had time to rewatch the whole thing.
No. We're almost there.
Yeah, I mean,
Never
we're
know.
hours and 37 minutes.
Yeah. But
Yeah, but not since we first talked about the Green Mile.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But we have Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers going up against Schindler's List. Oh shoot. This might be the toughest one yet. Chad, you're up first.
Kind of wish I would see like where this one's gonna go.
I don't know, man.
I kind of want Justice against Lord of the Rings for Shawshank, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'll go Lord of the Rings on this one.
Yeah. Jacob?
Well, I'm gonna go with Schindler's List because we already have a Lord of the Rings movie that moved on.
True.
Yeah, but this Lord of the Rings is better than the other Lord of the Rings, so I think I gotta go with Lord of the Rings. Like, but it hurts to not put Schindler's List through because it kind of deserves it. But I'm gonna go Lord of the Rings. Malcolm?
What's better than one Lord of the Rings? 2 Lord of the Rings moving on, so Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Steven?
What are the votes right now?
3-1 for Lord of the Rings.
All
Yeah.
right, let's make it 3-2, and I'll go with Schindler's List.
Yeah,
right choice.
Yeah, but
Might have
Two-
chosen differently if it was
Two Towers.
If it was a tie.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it.
Yep. But Aaron Brockovich going up against Unforgiven. So, is it Malcolm? Right?
No, I believe it's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't-
I'm way off. Yeah.
you are. That's-
All right, Jacob. Yeah.
Austin, we see your value and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Unforgiven.
Yeah. This one's kind of tough, but I think I gotta go Unforgiven. Yeah. Malcolm.
Unforgiven.
Yeah. Steven?
Unforgiven is probably it is the better movie, but I'm going to go with Aaron Brockovich,
Yeah.
especially for
Sounds
Albert
good.
Finney's performance.
Yeah. Chad?
Yeah, I love both, but Unforgiven.
Yeah. Well, Unforgiven it is. We are still unforgiven for that one. Yeah. But we have Jerry Maguire up next, going up against the Thin Red Line.
All right,
So-
Jordan, it's you first.
All right. So I haven't seen the Thin Red Line. I really want to. It's high on my watch list, so I got to go Jerry Maguire. Malcolm?
Jim Maguire.
Yeah. Steven?
I really wanted the Thin Red Line to move on, to continue moving on, but you had to
Good.
put it up against Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
I got to go with, you know what? Jerry Maguire is probably going to win, so I'll go with the Thin Red Line.
Sure. Yeah. You never know. Chad?
I absolutely love both, but when Terrence Malick is on fire, you just can't beat him in my eyes, at least. So the Thin Red Line for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. So
it's on me.
you get the tiebreaker. What's it going to be?
I'll go with the Thin Red Line.
Ooh. Yes, the Thin Red Line it is.
No,
All
I
right.
kind of wish I'd gone
Yeah.
with Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. Right. Could have, would have, should have, but yeah. Thin Red
Yeah,
Line.
and that movie came out the same year Nick Nolte had Affliction, which two powerhouse performances that he gave that year.
Oh, yeah. True, yeah. But we have the Fugitive going up against Silence of the Lambs. Okay. And it's Malcolm. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't care about the Fugitive that much, so I'm going to go Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. Steven?
I love The Silence of the Lambs. I love The Fugitive even more, so I'll go with The Fugitive.
Yeah. Chad?
I like The Fugitive. Silence of the Lambs is one of the greatest ever made. The Silence of the Lambs. Easily.
Yeah. Steven? I mean, sorry, Jacob. Oh,
That's a first.
I'm all over the place, yeah. So
I will
like
go.
going
I'm gonna
back
go.
down the ladder.
I'm gonna go with the Fugitive.
All right, so
Don't you
it's
usually
going to be a tiebreaker.
confuse Jordan Owens? Not
He does.
me?
Yes.
Usually, yeah, but for some reason I was working my way the other way. I don't know why. It's late, but yeah. I'm probably gonna go with Silence of the Lambs. I think, yeah, I like it just a bit better. So, Silence of the Lambs. Moving on. So, let's see. We have Shakespeare in Love against Apollo 13. So,
Steven.
and it's Steven. Okay.
Apollo 13.
Yeah. Chad?
Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah. Jacob?
Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah. Apollo 13 for me. Malcolm?
It's a tie, so Shakespeare in Love.
Oh, man. Man is upsetting a lot tonight. So, yeah. But,
I mean, one of those is the best
Let's put
picture
that into that.
winner.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Well,
should
actually
have been.
won. Yeah, it shouldn't have been, but yeah. But So the winner of these will be in the poll tomorrow. So we'll see what we got. We got 4 weddings and a funeral. Let me zoom it out a little. Going up against Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. So, Chad, what do you think?
Look, I mean, Lord of the Rings is going to win this, so I'm going to say 4 weddings.
Yeah, sure. Jacob?
I'll make it interesting. 4 weddings.
Well, keep it interesting so we can have the back and forth. I'll say Fellowship. Malcolm?
So I can put it all on Stephen to decide. Fellowship of the
Yep.
Ring.
Yep. Well, Stephen, what's it going to be?
It's my least favorite of the 3, but I still think it's a much better movie than 4 Weddings. So, Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, the Fellowship of the Rings. We could potentially still have a Lord of the Rings final. We'll see. Yeah, but we have A Few Good Men going up against Forrest Gump. All right. So, Jacob.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I got to go with Forrest Gump, but I do think A Few Good Men might be a little better written as far as like pure dialogue, but Forrest Gump. Yeah. Malcolm.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Stephen.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Chad.
Yeah, absolutely adore both of those movies, but don't make it a clean sweep, Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Let's clean sweep it is. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, it's not
next.
even my favorite. It wasn't even my favorite team up with Rob Reiner and Aaron Sorkin.
Oh, yeah.
Because they also did The American President, and I love that movie more.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. But we have Quiz Show going up against Life is Beautiful. So it's me first, right?
Yep.
Gotta go. Life is Beautiful. I still haven't watched Quiz Show, so Life is Beautiful. Yeah. Malcolm?
Quiz Show.
Yeah. Stephen?
Quiz Show.
Yeah. Chad?
Both are great. I'll go Life is Beautiful.
Ooh. What's on you, Jacob?
Yep, and go ahead and put on Life is Beautiful through.
Yeah. All right. Life is Beautiful. Let's see. Then we got Good Will Hunting going up against A Beautiful Mind. So,
Back down to Malcolm.
yeah, Malcolm. What do you think?
Beautiful Mind.
Yeah. Stephen?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Chad?
Easily Good Will Hunting for me.
Yep. Jacob?
Much easier. Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. This one's somewhat close for me, but I got to go Good Will Hunting. Yeah. So, Good Will Hunting it is. All right. So, it's our first 4 into the poll. Let's see what else we got. So, we have Babe still hanging in there. Little pig that could. Going up against Titanic. Woo. I don't know. Steven, what do you think?
I voted for Babe last time, but I can't this time. Titanic.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Chad?
Same thing Steven said, Titanic.
Jacob?
Babe.
Yeah. Well, I didn't vote for Babe last time, I don't think. So, it went up against Goodfellas, but this time against Titanic, it's Babe all day. Yeah. So, Malcolm?
As much as I want to cause chaos with Babe through, I can't put I can't do Titanic moves on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right. Man.
What a downer.
Yeah, can you imagine if when we had an episode where Titanic beat out Babe? I can't believe it. All right. Man. But we have Fargo going up against the Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. So who's up first? Is it Chad? Am I way off?
No, you're right.
Okay. Chad.
Yeah, no, both great movies. I think Fargo is the perfect movie though, so I'm gonna go Fargo.
Jacob?
Yeah, Fargo.
Yeah. If we were talking TV show, I would vote Fargo all day, but against the Two Towers, I think that the movie isn't quite where the TV show is at, so I'm gonna put the Two Towers there. Malcolm?
Two Towers.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, the Two Towers is just, I think, an overall stronger movie than the Fellowship of the Ring. So, Two Towers.
Yep. Well, Two Towers it is. So we got both Lord of the Rings still in it. But we have Unforgiven going up against The Thin Red Line.
Mm.
So, Jacob, what do you think?
Unforgiven.
We still haven't seen The Thin Red Line, so I got to go Unforgiven. Malcolm?
Get on it, Jordan.
Yes, I need to.
Unforgiven.
Yeah. Steven?
I guess I'll be the lone dissenting vote for the Thin Red Line.
Yeah. Well, Chad?
Seriously, two great films. But yeah, no, I'll join you, Steven. Thin Red Line.
Oh, yeah. 3-2, but it's Unforgiven. Right. Next we have Silence of the Lambs. Going to be Shakespeare in Love. It's hanging in there. So that's me first.
Yep.
This one's easy. Silence of the Lambs. Malcolm?
Shakespeare in Love.
Oh. Steven?
Yeah, I'll take the fava beans with a liver and a nice Chianti.
Yes,
Silence
yes.
of the Lambs.
All day, yep. Chad?
Silence of the Lambs for sure.
Yep. Jacob?
I would have went Shakespeare in Love, but Silence of the Lambs moves on.
It's another 3-2, but yep. Silence of the Lambs. For some reason, like I always think of like the cable guy when he's like puts the meat on his face. Silence of the Lambs.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice. Yeah. Yeah. But we have our lead 8, so that'll be the ones in the poll. So now we just got to determine a winner here. We're almost there. Let's see. We got, I'll have to zoom it out a little more. We got the Fellowship of the Rings going up against Forrest Gump. All right. Yeah. Back into Malcolm, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So what do you got?
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah. Steven?
Yeah, I'll go with Forrest Gump actually on this.
Yeah. Chad?
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Jordan?
What?
Jacob?
We said Forrest
Jay?
Gump.
One of those J names? Because it's like 11 o'clock almost here.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
12:36 over here.
Well, if it starts with a J, then it's probably you and not me. But I'm going to go with Forrest Gump, I think. Just because I like the other Lord of the Rings that's in here better. So it's Forrest Gump.
Yep.
Moving on.
4-1.
All right. 4-1. All right. Now we got Life is Beautiful going up against Good Will Hunting. Okay. Steven, what do you think?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Chad?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Jacob?
As much as I would love to see people like freak out about Life is Beautiful, moving on so far, I got to go Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Well, it made the poll, so that's good, but I got to go Good Will Hunting. Yeah. Malcolm?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Good Will Hunting it is. All right. So move to this other side. We got Titanic versus Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. So,
Ooh, this
and
is
it's it's Chad first.
I mean, I'm sure Lord of the Rings move on, but I'm gonna say Titanic.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'll go Titanic just to make things interesting.
Sure. I'm gonna go easy at Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. So, Malcolm.
You'd think I'd go Lord of the Rings, wouldn't you? But Titanic isn't really high in my favorite movie, so Titanic.
Oh man. All right.
Whoa.
Wow.
Steven?
Wait, what's the
Titanic's moving.
3-1 for
Yeah.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay,
3-1.
so I'll give my vote to the Two Towers.
Oh man.
I
Well,
mean,
it's hard.
Return of the King's my favorite of the trilogy, so
Yeah.
Mine too, so that's why it's okay.
Well, its heart will go on and it'll continue, so it's gonna hang in there. So we got is that Unforgiven?
It is
Yes.
Unforgiven.
Yeah. Okay. And then going up against
Silence of the Lambs pop.
yep, The Sounds of the Lamb. It zoomed out so far that I'm like, what the frick is that?
And
You
it's
get
me
my eyes checked.
first.
But, yeah. What do you got, Jacob?
I'm gonna go Unforgiven.
Ooh, all right. Man, this one's tough. Oh, man, this might be one of the tougher ones. Oh, probably Unforgiven, just because Sons of the Lambs is a little slow moving. So, yeah. Malcolm?
Unforgiven.
Yeah. Steven?
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. Chad?
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs for sure.
Well, it was a close one, but it's Unforgiven. It's moving
3-2.
on.
Been a
Yeah.
lot of 3-2s.
All right. Yeah, right. We're like
Sorry,
kind of
these
split
movies
tonight.
are-
Yep. All right, so we have our
It's a good thing
final
there's
four.
there's only 5 of us and not 6, because I anticipate there'd have been a lot of tiebreakers.
Yeah,
tonight.
there would have been a lot. Yeah. If we had 6, we could have had a whole different final four here. Yeah. But yeah, we'll go with Forrest Gump versus Good Will Hunting. So who's first this time? Me?
You, yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I gotta go with Forrest Gump just because I really loved Good Will Hunting, but I just saw it for the first time yesterday, so I need some more time to let it sit, I feel like. So I gotta go Forrest Gump. Malcolm?
I haven't seen it, but I'm going to go Google Hunting because Forrest Gump took out Lord of the Rings.
True. Steven?
We cannot hear you.
Oh, you're muted. Mute.
You sure? You still can't hear me?
You're just really quiet.
Maybe I need to turn this up.
Yeah.
What about now?
Perfect.
That's good. Yep.
Oh, okay.
You're golden.
Yeah, what I said before is this is probably for me the toughest one of the match.
Well, gotta make the tough decision in 10 seconds.
Well, where are the votes at right now?
1-1.
Yeah.
1-1.
Yep.
I'll go with Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Chad?
This is extremely tough. I love both of these.
Yeah.
I just think Good Will Hunting's probably the more solid movie. I'll go Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Jacob?
I will also go Good Will Hunting.
See, I knew I knew Good Will Hunting
Yeah.
was the more likely one to win, so that's why I went with Forrest Gump.
Yep.
I wasn't sure where Chad was going, so as soon as you voted,
I wasn't sure either.
Good Will Hunting. Yep. So yeah. Also, Malcolm voting for it when he hasn't seen it. It's like, come on. But we have
Forrest
Titanic.
Gump took out Lord of the Rings. It was a spite.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
That is right.
Yep. Yep. That's your right on tournament fights. So I'm not going to argue it, but we have Titanic versus Unforgiven, which for me, Unforgiven, like there's about 10 movies on this side I would have picked over it, just the way the matchups worked. So,
yeah. Anyway, Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Titanic.
Yeah. Steven?
Titanic.
Yeah. Chad?
Yeah, Titanic.
Jacob?
Titanic.
I'm going to be the lone one to vote for Unforgiven.
Wow, I gotta be honest, I expected it to be a little closer than that.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I've seen Titanic a few times. I only just watched Unforgiven for the first time a couple months ago.
Yeah. Well, Titanic, pretty easy. So we got Titanic v. Good Will Hunting for the final. So, and it's Steven first, right?
Yep.
All right. What do you got here? What is the greatest Oscar movie from this era? What is it?
I hate being first because I'd like to give a vote to one that is not going to win.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
I think based on what I've heard, I will go with Titanic.
Yeah. Chad.
I love both of these movies, but Good Will Hunting, one of the best movies ever. Good Will Hunting should win.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go also Good Will Hunting.
Yes. And I'm also gonna go Good Will Hunting.
I chose correct.
But Malcolm? Yep. Where would you have gone?
See, it would have been a lot harder for me if Forrest Gump made it in, but this is where my strategy played in. Titanic all the way.
Yeah. Well, it's close. It's another 3-2. Like we had 3-2s all night tonight. But Good Will Hunting. That's it.
Wow.
That's your final right there. Good Will Hunting.
I was really hoping somebody else would have gone Titanic because we all know what Jordan was going to go. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not voting for that thing. But
I couldn't. It's my second favorite movie of all time. It's
It's up
second
there.
favorite.
Man.
Yeah, you got to go for it. Yep, but yeah, that was some tough matchups. Some heavy hitters, maybe not making it as far as they should have. But
Yeah, there's
yeah,
some
so-
that I would have liked to have made a little farther, like LA Confidential.
yeah. Yep, but yeah, that was a fun time. So we'll put it to a vote over in the Friends and Family. Which, funny enough, I had a really busy week. Austin was out of town. I don't think we even put up the last poll for the last show that we had. So there'll be 2 polls.
That
Actually,
was
the
the
action-
Action Heroes, right?
The Action Heroes
Yeah.
poll did not make it up. Nope.
Yeah. So actually, I'm gonna put the Action Heroes up tonight before I go to bed. So that'll show up tonight, and then this one will show up tomorrow. So we'll do it that way. So, but anyways, yeah.
I'm really
that
interested in hearing what people are going to say about this.
Yeah. There's a lot of dissenting opinions when it comes to some of these Oscar movies. Like it's just like all a matter of opinion. So yeah. But that was a fun time. So yeah.
I mean, Pulp Fiction not making it through might be a big talking
Yeah. Yeah. But it pops up so many times on tournament fights. It's like we gotta see something different, which we did. But
I forget
Like
what
Good Will
people-
Hunting finally winning one.
yeah, right. Finally, yep. Which I don't know if I would have voted for it so much if I wouldn't have watched it yesterday. But man, that movie really blew me away. It was like really good. Like when I first started, I was like, "Is this going to be an interesting story?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah." Like we're a little slow on it to start, but then it got good from the moment that like he solves the first equation on the board, and then Stellan Skarsgård looks at it, and I'm like, "Okay, this is going to get good." Yeah, but yeah. So the next one, I don't have it pulled up exactly here, but we'll be covering most of the 80s next time. So we'll have pretty much like an all 80s Oscar show in about a month from now. So, but we'll just go around the horn and you can tell us where we can find you if there's anything that you want to promote or anything like that. We'll start with Malcolm. Where can we find you?
Honestly, I think going by the maths, it's going to be last 5 years of 70s and then all of the 80s. But
Yeah, right.
because
Yeah.
all the 80s does not come to 65 or 64. But anyway,
Yeah, right.
you can find me over on Take Three Productions. Where I host Rankum every Saturday. This week is going to be top 12 Oscar winning scores. And there's
nice.
a lot of good scores that have won that award.
I'll coincide with this then.
Well, no, it was just a case of I stuffed up when I was planning topics, and I forgot
Yeah.
that the Oscars was a week later. But
Yeah.
anyway, but you can also find me over on Full Metal hosting trivia matches. Tomorrow actually is going to be a trivia match all about the TV show Archer.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Steven, where can we find you?
Oh, I'm on all the social medias and on just my name and Shepard82 for Letterboxd, and I'll be on Rankum on Saturday night, and I'll be back for the One Crazy Day / Night Part 2.
Yeah,
I think you said it was on Monday, right?
Yeah, it'll be Monday because I'll be out of town this Friday. So yeah. But yeah, cool. Chad, where can we find you?
Yep, I do all the trivias everywhere. I do the debates, movie battlegrounds. Henry Confidential is also doing his own stuff too that I've been taking part of. Letterboxd, Twitter. I do my own channel where I rank stuff, Chadwick Webb, and then also over on my buddy's channel, the Dill Pickle Movie Network, I do Picture This, where we just do Oscar stuff. We're doing 2021 this month because it's the Oscar year, and we're just like watching all those films again because we've seen most of them already, rewatching, and then we're just going to talk about the year, the movies, the actors, actresses, the Oscar ceremony, all the good stuff. It's a really fun time over there. Please check that out. Like and subscribe his channel. He's doing some great stuff over there. I'm also going to be on Rankum with Malcom on Saturday, and I look forward to it. I've been listening to a lot of movie scores in preparation for that, and it's been very a good time. And I love being on this show. It's a really, really fun time as well. So thank you for having me on.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Jacob, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me right here. I'm here a lot as well. I'll be back Thursday with Jordan Owens. We'll be doing a podcast about wrestling. We'll be paying a little tribute to Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, who unfortunately passed away. So tune in for that. We're going to have try to get some other people on, just talk about Scott Hall, because he really did have a great career. He really was a fantastic wrestler, entertainer, and personality. So
absolutely,
that'll be cool to kind of pay tribute to him. Does the cat want to say anything?
Yeah.
And then
promote.
and then Saturday, me and Austin, we have a podcast about movies, and I'm not sure what we are going to talk about this Saturday because we had some plans, but unfortunately Austin couldn't do the show this previous Saturday. So I'm not even sure what the show this Saturday will be about. But it will be about movie related. That is all I know.
Nice. So, well, cool. Yeah. And you can find me all over all the social medias at Movie Hero 2121. If you have any ideas for any topics you might think would be a fun to do for a tier ranker or a tournament fight, we're always open to suggestions. You can email us too. We have an email. It's moviehero2121@gmail.com, or you can just DM me. And then you can find the poll tomorrow on the Showdown Friends and Family group over on Facebook. And if you have not hit the subscribe button too, we're doing a big push for subscribers. We still want to do a big giveaway when we finally hit 200 subscribers. So the more we can get, it really helps us out. We're also making a push to hopefully get monetized someday, but YouTube doesn't make it easy to do that. So, and just a little preview of some things coming up on the channel. We're going to be doing the best One Crazy Night movies / day movies like Steven had mentioned. That'll be on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're doing part 2 of our best rom-com series. We still have a couple open spots for the rom-com ones. If anyone wants to jump on to that one, you're certainly welcome to. Then we're doing Movie Fights Battles. It's going to be our worst movies of all time. So we're gonna take 5 of us. We're just gonna put in 12 or so of the worst movies that we've ever seen, like our worst theater experiences, our worst like just times that we've had just watching the movies in general, and then we're gonna vote for which one we think is the actual worst. That'll be the winner of that. Then we also have coming up best video game movies of all time, and then we also have best combat sports movies that we're going to be doing just before WrestleMania. So we got that on the books. So those are some topics we have coming up, and that's pretty much where you can find us. So this was a fun time. Thanks again, guys, for joining us to talk about these Oscar movies, and we'll let everybody know when the next Oscar movie show is going to be. It'll probably be in about a month from now, roughly. We usually like to kind of space them out month to month, but that'll do it for us tonight. So for Malcolm, for Steven, for Chad, for Jacob, I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.